Okay. We should be good now. So hello everyone and welcome back. It's your favorite programming error that just refused to be fixed. Code here. We're playing Genshin today. Honestly, at this point, whenever I open up Genshin to continue with story-related content of any sort, be it an event, main story, side story, whatever, all I feel is sad. This game's going downhill. And I sometimes feel like I'm only playing it out of obligation at this point. It is tragic. Hi Spinne, congrats on being first. Now there are of course some good news. I do want to share one piece of good news that I've actually heard. Apparently they finally went ahead and started something that they should have done a long time ago. They're starting to replace voice actors. The voice actor for Kinich has been replaced. Not because he did anything bad, but simply because of the strike. I am genuinely hoping they keep this up. Because then the game has a chance to just maybe pull itself back up. Honestly, all the voice actors that don't want to return because of the strike, fuck them. Fuck them all. Just replace every single one who doesn't want to return. That is all I'll have to say. Gonna be mad if Futao's VA gets replaced. Fair point. Honestly, at this point, I'll take any new voice for the characters over them not being voice acted. I'm saying this even though Zhongli is one of the characters who isn't voice acted. I'm saying this even though Zhongli is one of them. At this point, I really feel like put some pressure on the voice actors. Say, either return or your role is done and we're replacing you. Because at this point, this has gone on long enough. It's been like, what, half a year at this point, I think, right? Yeah, no, seriously. If they don't want to work, get them out of the game. What about the AI thing? Oh my god, the AI thing. Didn't... Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Hoyoverse actually... Didn't they sign something, or rather... Now again, I'm completely uninformed here. But didn't they actually do something that basically guarantees that they won't use AI voices ever? I feel like I heard that they did something like that, but no one is returning because the strike is still going on. Because the whole thing about we don't want any other voice actors in the game other than the ones that are part of, what was it, SAG-AFTRA, I think it's called. Yeah, anyone who's not part of SAG-AFTRA is a lesser person as a voice actor, is as the CEO put it. Actually saying that no, the CEO actually just said that any voice actor who isn't part of SAG-AFTRA is a lesser VA, no quality, and should not ever be in one of these things. And that is bullshit. So yeah, fuck them all. Leave SAG-AFTRA, whatever they're called, and return to Genshin, or just live with the fact that you're gonna be replaced. That's what I honestly think at this point. So, yeah. At this point, I'm glad they're at least getting started by replacing Kinich. Hooray for that. Here's hoping they'll replace everyone else too. Now, I do have to ask something real quick. This event, I assume it's voice acted, correct? This event right here, the Tournament of Glory in Bloom. I assume the event is voice acted. Probably. So we're gonna be probably focusing on that more than anything. But before that, while I give you time to actually inform me whether or not it is, think so, I'm actually gonna go ahead and uncover the new part of the map. Because you know me, when there's a new part of the map, I want to uncover it on stream. I hope this was a waypoint that is just shifted into the unknown area of the map and was actually not pre-unlocked, because if that's another pre-unlocked waypoint, I think this waypoint might have been in the game. I think the view is somewhat familiar. If not, I would have just had to cross that bridge. Probably? Again, that's another thing about the game I hate. Pre-unlocked waypoints, I absolutely despise. You know what? I'm just gonna play it safe and assume that waypoint wasn't there before. But yeah, pre-unlocked waypoints, horrible. I don't know why I despise them so much, I just do. It's not even the fact that I would complain about Primo Gems. Genshin Impact is an open world game, it's about exploration. You're supposed to actually travel to get to new areas. When a new player who just booted up the game can immediately teleport wherever they want, then where is the exploration aspect of it? That is why I do not like it when they have pre-unlocked waypoints. I just think it's a dumb decision. But I know, that, of course, that they're doing this because whenever they add a new area, that new area is all over the advertising, so when new people join, they want them to get to the advertised area immediately. Already, and I feel like wanting to quit. I mean, you did say that you actually stopped playing the game for like a week. New thingy. Okay, you can electrocharge apparently. Interesting. But yeah, I am not really getting bored of Tribe 9. I think it's a little sad that there isn't a lot of things you can really do before the update. Like, you can do your dailies and you can grind. And that's basically all you can do. Right, and the Fractal Vice every week. You can do the Fractal Vice every week, you can do your dailies, and you can grind. That's about it. Oh, Chosen of Dragons. No! Don't tell me I've wanted into side quest. Sacred Mountain lies before you, if that is. Oh, Chosen of Dragons, enter the Sacred Mountain. Why do they go through that so quickly? They skip shit again. Fractal Vice is shit. Why? Because it's hard? I was actually going through Fractal Vice a bunch of times earlier today because of the extra stuff you can get there. That the stuff that you actually need for to advance your attention cards. Did the volcano just erupt?
No, it's been super duper quiet. Did you see it erupt? Go find what's up with those faces.
Shut up. I just want to get to the new area. I don't want to trigger random shit just because I walked into a new area.
Like a pair of detectives from light novels who suddenly realized the truth about the killer.
Saw the truth, alright. You explain what you just saw to Paimon.
You saw the same stuff you did when you first arrived in Natlan and met Bite? Some strange images?
Huh?
Said you saw some strange words before. Paimon didn't see anything, so she can't be sure, but might they have been written in this by the same person?
I think that's the case, yes.
Something feels fishy to Paimon, but this time you also saw a giant section of ruins, a broken city, and the abyss. And some sacred mountain. Don't the Natlanese call that volcano in the sacred mountain? Could it be that what you saw has something to do with the volcano? Paimon can check the feeling that the person who united us with Fight really wants us to go there. Do you think we can help the little one remove his... what was it called? Flame Lord's blessing? You know, if we get to that mountain?
Arr.
Let's go there then. Gotta help you grow big and strong after all.
This is a random side quest that I'll do off stream. Why does it have to trigger automatically just because I walked here?
Alright, one of the 6 tribes of Natlan, a collective of plenty lives besides the volcano. Maybe you can ask them for help.
Yes. I can see the light of the statue. Let us head there immediately. Alright. Both, but they are way too they are hard. They are definitely hard. The Fractal Vice bosses. Absolutely. I agree. They are doable, though. And again, they're supposed to be super difficult. Remember that Tribe 9 is tagged as a Souls-like. And the Fractal Vice is where it really earns that title of being called a Souls-like. Absolutely. And yeah, again, it took me 3 tries to beat both bosses for the first time. And it took me another 3 tries to beat one of them without my main team. Has to be auto-clear stuff for Tribe 9. You can't expect me to fight the stupid-ass roll for 3 minutes to get 2 of the drops. I gotta say, yes. The grind against the boss drops is annoying. I have to admit. Whoa. Hello. Like, okay, yeah. The rifts are fine, in my opinion. Because once you're high enough level, you can basically skip all the fights in there except the last one. I think that's generally fine, because the last fight won't take too long, because, you know, regular enemy and all that. However, the boss grind for materials is a little tedious after a while. Especially because you get so many of the more high-level drop of the boss. And there's no way to downgrade it, right? If you have multiple of the low-tier boss drop, you can upgrade it to the higher tier, but you can't turn the higher tier back down to lower tiers. And usually only need the high-tier stuff when you have a character that's already at EX rank. Like, up until the character's EX rank, you don't need the high-tier stuff at all.
Quake!
But yeah, Spin already knows, but I finally got all the achievements for Tribe 9. Took me a moment, but I finally got them. Alright, there we go. Nice. Entire volcano area with a little island over there. Also, animations on the map. Nice. Okay, now we have the entire coastline over here. Yeah, okay, we have the entire coastline. And we are still missing parts down here. Again, the southern coast is still missing a little bit. Over here, a little chunk of Natlan. And then, of course, the southern area of the desert and a little bit into the rest of Sumeru and Liyue. Really hoping that we will get that, because we do have the west and east coast already unlocked. And obviously Shnesnaya will be up to the north. I do want the map to eventually have the entire coastline all around, like no land area left to explore. Community is on fire right now because the upcoming characters has a global passive. That is actually really nice. That sounds like something really useful, and that means you'd want to get the character, even if they're not super, ultra, mega important. Teleport. Oh, right, I need to exit out first. Alright, so, apparently the event is voice acted. Or supposed to be. We'll see how many characters in it are actually voice acted. And I think I should focus on that first, because it's limited time. They shouldn't do it. I mean, fair enough. But if they do, I mean, they could do global passives, but in that case it should be more common. And not just limited to one character, because then everyone would want to get that character. Also really busted. You know, that would have been an interesting way to balance it. Make a character with something global, but make them weak themselves. Want to see the event for yourself? Alright, appreciate the lurk. Thanks, Gabe. We're now walking into it, so here you go. No spoilers for you. You go ahead and do the lurk.
Huh? Why are all
It
these
is voice
people
acted.
gathered around? Did something happen?
Also, by the way, can I just say, Paimon's VA, the massive hypocrite. Attacking attacking Kenichi's new voice actor for taking over the role despite the strike going on, and being like, yeah, I know I should be striking, but I'm not, but I'm totally excused because I need to get put food on my table and all of that. And I think, seriously, how can you be such a massive hypocrite? Just, I appreciate the fact that Paimon's VA isn't taking part in the strike. What I don't appreciate is, you know, the fact that they're calling out other people who take roles and voice act in Genshin. Like, how can you be such a massive hypocrite? I don't understand.
Let's go take a look.
Ah, boy.
How's it looking, Doc? Is there any hope for him?
Chill, bro. I'm thinking. This dude's Milray,
Hello?
right? What a little champ. Barely made a noise, despite all the pain he must be in. Did he fight in the war?
That's right. We'd never normally send such a young Tepetlosaur into battle, but we couldn't stop him. Developed a real knack for
I wonder how
sneaking past
this
us and running
event
off to the
connects to the
front line
Collective
to
of
fight the
Plenty.
Abyss.
I assume it would
He's
connect
a
to the
smart
Collective
one,
of Plenty
that's for sure.
in some way.
Might not be the strongest,
After
but
all,
he
it came
ran
out
rings around
together
those
with the
abyssal monsters.
Collective of Plenty.
We even awarded him a Warrior's Medal after the war ended. But then he took a turn for the worse a few days ago. He's been having fainting spells ever since.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, because of the color scheme,
Already
right?
a battle-worn veteran. Yet still
Because
so
of the
young.
hat.
Hey, Katina, what's going on here?
Hello there.
Traveler,
Yeah, she
Paimon.
was voice acted.
A
Good.
long time no see.
So far, not a single unvoiced character.
So basically, there's this young Tepetlosaur in our tribe called Milray. We're not sure what's wrong with him, but he's been getting weaker and weaker by the day. Eva's taking a look at him. Nyan, who he grew up with, is here too. We're all really worried about him.
When my daughter got lost in the mountains, it was Milray who helped bring her back.
So,
To think that
an entire
he
event
made
about
it through
saving
the
a
war, but
Tepetlosaur?
now that peace has
That's
finally
fair
come.
enough.
Steady there, bro. We'll find a way.
And you are... Oh, come on. We've already met this little guy. This little friend. Yeah,
Gothosaurus from the vet clinic.
we've already met.
What are you on about? So this Aoife you just mentioned, does it actually...
Hey, yo, everyone!
Uh-huh.
Please chill. I think I've got this figured out. For a juvenile Saurian, he showed remarkable courage in the war, but he's too young to be using that much phlogiston.
So, he
As
is
a
basically
result,
worn
he
out.
developed a rare pathological change. The initial symptoms might not have been obvious, but he's gone untreated for so long that his condition is now very serious.
You mean he originally got sick during the war, but the symptoms only just started to show up now?
That's right. He may have just been acting tough this whole time. Didn't want his friends stressing out over him.
Imagine acting tough. Skill issue. Absolute
Aoife,
skill
there
issue.
must be something you can do, right? Please help him.
Something this rare? I don't have anything on hand that can treat it. Good news is that I read about a similar case back when I was still studying. The scroll mentioned 2 essential ingredients.
Which are...
First up, an herbaceous perennial known as an ocean zephyr. Though they can grow practically anywhere,
Also, I think it's nice
they're
that we finally got an
exceedingly rare.
event
Second,
that doesn't immediately
honestly,
rely
I
on the
couldn't
new
figure
story
it out back then
content.
either. The name recorded was Sacred Flame Crystal, but
Because
there
normally
wasn't
when
much else
a
to
new
go on
update
beyond
drops
that.
with a new event, the event
Sacred
immediately
Flame?
asks you to
Like
play
the
the new
one
story
burning in the
content
stadium?
first. And this event didn't ask that.
When
It
and I
just
took
let me
part
go
in
right
the
to
pilgrimage
it.
of the return of the sacred flame, we collected loads of contending sparks
I like
during the
that.
team stage. Apparently, they're sparks from the sacred flame itself. They even make you feel all warm and fuzzy while you carry them. Do you think these crystals might be something similar?
From the name, I'd say we're looking for a rarer, purer form of Sacred Flame.
You sure there's
Huh.
even such a thing? We've been in Natlan for ages now, but we've never come across anything like that.
So it would seem, as it happens.
Huh? For real, Uncle Pecan?
For real?
It's a
We did the
coincidence
for
that I've even
real.
heard of it. Apparently, the people of Natlan knew how to make a special kind of sacred flame crystal way back when. I'm not
And
sure
you wouldn't
exactly
by
how
any
they did it,
chance
but the
know
other
anything?
chiefs might know something. I'll go ask them. Thank you, Aoife. Your diagnosis was a huge help. Mind if I keep you a little longer?
Sure thing,
So going
dude.
to all the
I'll
other
stick
tribes
around
and
until we've
asking
got some
around.
results.
Great.
And we're definitely gonna
In
have to
that
go to the
case,
collective of
let's
plenty,
go our separate
right?
ways for now. Milray needs some proper rest, and he's not going to get that with so many people gathered around.
Also, I
I'll
like
let
that
you all know
how in
as
the
soon as
Nation of
there's any
Pyro we
news.
finally got a
Fingers
volcano
crossed,
area.
he'll soon be on the
Because
mend.
wasn't everyone expecting the entirety of Natlan to be like super hot, full of volcanoes and everything? And we only just now got an actual volcano
What up, my dudes?
towards the end of everything. Your rep precedes you, bro. Respect.
Man, I could tell we're totally on the same wavelength. The name's Aoife, a vet from the Flower Feather clan. This here's my assistant, Kakuku. Dude's all about copying what others say.
Oh, we know.
The Traveler in Paimon, yeah? Everyone's
You were
heard all
AFK,
about
or I
you
was just
two.
talking about
You're
how
absolute
it's
legends.
ironic that we only just
The
now got a
total
volcano
package.
in Natlan,
Brave,
the Nation of
wise,
Pyro.
and strong. Best hero duo
And how
I've
everyone
ever
expected
seen.
the
No
entire
contest.
nation to be like it. And again, it took until the last tribe was added for us to
Truth
get
is,
one.
I spent the war treating wounded Saurians. Never got a chance to fight alongside you.
Saved so many Saurian lives. That was an amazing contribution too.
Yo, thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
There was always a long line outside Aoife's clinic back then. Even Kakuku was so busy, he was running around like a headless chicken.
Seriously?
True that. More wounded were piling up by the day. Dude, the Abyss is no joke. Sneaky enough to hit us right where it hurts.
I mean,
Lots
we
of
kind
dogs
of
have dropped
won
their
the war
posts over the
here,
last
but
few
the
years.
Abyss is still a thing that we
There's
have to
some
take care of
fresh talent
eventually.
rolling in recently. I'm hoping they could step up quick. But vet med's no joke. There's a ton of challenges to overcome before you could be a qualified vet.
That's rough.
No
Very
matter
rough.
how hard you hit the books, you're still gonna run into all kinds of weird diseases that are hard to treat. Like Milray's. So rare it doesn't even have a name. If my old man hadn't
Well,
forced
if it
me
doesn't
to read
have a
all
name,
kinds
then
of
you get to
different
name
stuff
it,
when I was a kid,
right?
I'd probably only be able to suggest a more conservative treatment. It's true what they say, bro. There's always more to learn.
Oh, so your dad was a vet too?
Yeah, totally. Our family's medical knowledge has been passed down over generations. My old man started steering me toward being a vet when I was a kid, schooling me on
Fair
all
enough.
kinds of herbs. And man, if I forgot anything, out came the broom. My family's been vets for generations now. No clue who it was that kicked
By
off
the
the
way,
tradition, though, you know?
How
Back
long
when
do
I
you
was a
think
kid,
it'll
my
take
dad said
before we
something
get the
about our
second
skills
weekly
being
boss in this
medicine born
nation?
of guilt. But the reason we got into
I
it
mean, I
doesn't really
know-
matter. What
Again, I
matters
feel
is
like
that
the
it's
second
useful.
weekly boss, because
Yeah,
every single nation except for
sounds
Mondstadt has
pretty
one of the
strange
weekly
to
bosses be a
Paimon.
Fatui Harbinger, right?
Usually you only feel guilty when you've done something wrong.
So I feel like the
Who
moment we
knows?
get introduced
After
to the
he
next
passed, there wasn't
Harbinger
anybody else I could ask.
and defeat
I figure
them,
it's
they'll
because
turn to the
guilt
next weekly
gnaws
boss
at
for
anyone
Natlan.
practicing medicine. When you fail to fix someone up, I've been there.
Makes the most sense
So
to me.
I'm gonna do my best to make sure that doesn't happen this time.
Now, do I think
I don't
that'll
recall
happen
ever seeing a
in this
record
update?
of any
I don't
patient
think
with his
so.
malady who was successfully cured. So maybe Milray will be the first.
Because this update just added the Collective of Plenty and their Tribal Chronicles. It didn't add a new Archon quest. So since there's no new Archon quest yet, that probably means we won't be seeing the new Harbinger arrive. Because it only makes sense for whoever the next Harbinger is, right? They're gonna be plot relevant, so they have to show up during an Archon quest. There's no other way to it. So, my guess is Fatui Harbinger shows up during an Archon quest, and either after that Archon quest we'll get the weekly boss, or we'll reflect on that Fatui Harbinger and do a proper fight against them in some kind of side quest after they're introduced in the story. The thing is, it wouldn't make sense for the Harbinger to show up in the story and then only get defeated in an optional side quest, so... so I don't know. I don't know. But, again, the thing is that that's also been the case for all the nations. Like, one weekly boss from a side quest and one from an Archon quest. That's the norm, as far as I remember. And the previous, like, that dragon thingy, that was from... Pretty sure that dragon was in the main story. So, yeah. Main story fight. Which means, since we're missing the Harbinger and we're missing the side story weekly boss, that means we're gonna introduce to a Harbinger at some point, but we're only gonna fight them in a side story that's optional. Which I think is really... I mean, again, with Arlecchino it made sense because, you know, we were kind of cooperating for the most part, right? There was no bad blood between us. But, I don't know. I feel like whoever's gonna come over here to take the Gnosis, whichever Harbinger it's gonna be, I think they are probably gonna be hostile. I might be wrong, but I think they probably are gonna be. I guess we'll find out when the time comes. Anyway, you've got this, bro.
Heck yeah, I do.
And if they're hostile, we definitely have to fight them in the main story. You talk for a while longer.
Oh? Looks like the Chiefs are back. Let's go see what they have to say.
All the Chiefs gathered together. How fun.
The last time I was here, I remember
I'd
seeing
rather
him
not.
happily rolling around with
If
Io.
it's somewhat
This
even
is so
soft
sudden.
confirmed,
Well,
I'd rather not
as
know.
the saying goes, illness strikes like a landslide. It's not uncommon for people and Saurians to just collapse overnight.
Given that he first fell sick during the war, he's done well to make it this far.
Hey, little guy. Are you okay? Does it hurt?
Big shout out to all
For
the,
one so
the
young
tribal
to risk
captains
life
here.
and limb on the field
chiefs.
of battle. This too is a
For,
responsibility
you know,
we
actually having
adults
voices
must
still.
bear.
Whoa. All 6 tribal chiefs in one place? Not something you see every day.
It's true that we used to hardly ever meet up like this. The affairs of our own tribes were usually enough to keep us all
Also, it's
swamped.
interesting how you'd think
These
the
days,
tribal
though,
chiefs
group
would be
dinners on our days
super
off have
duper
practically
important,
become the
yet not
routine,
one of them
so
has a
don't look
vision.
too surprised.
Not one of them has a
Group
vision and is
dinners?
playable.
More like group mooching. You guys always seem to end up at my place. So shameless.
Well, your cooking is too good to resist.
Bones!
You've seen how
You
hopeless the rest of
alive!
us are in that regard.
How's it going?
Anyway, let's get down to
Nice
business.
to see you.
Aoife, we've been informed about the situation. Once again, it's a
Back
good
from
thing you were
vacation.
here to help out.
Hope you had a very, very,
Milray and
very
the other
pleasant
Tepetla
vacation.
Swords have helped transport goods for the Flower Feather clan in the
Only
past.
the best.
We won't just stand by and watch while he suffers.
I just happened to come across a record of a case like his back home, but I don't know anything about this sacred flame crystal.
I haven't heard of it either. Can the sacred flame even take other forms?
It can indeed. While I've never seen this happen in the flesh,
And of
I
course,
have
the
read
Masters of the
references
Night
to it in
would have
woven
some
scrolls.
info. They always do.
In ancient Natlan, besides the pilgrimage of the return of the sacred flame, there is said to have been another way to produce sacred flame, known as the Bloomflower Trials. It was a combat exercise held
Okay, not
jointly by the
confirmed.
6 tribes.
Might be copium.
that was
In
even
that
more
case, you're
intense
free
than
to
the
say.
pilgrimage. So they occasionally yielded an even purer form of sacred flame.
Sacred flame crystals!
For real?
For
How have I never heard
real!
of that?
Simple. The Bloomflower Trials haven't been held for centuries.
Is there some hidden story behind this?
Something seems to have happened the last time they were held. But it was so long ago that I don't know the specifics. The more reasonable explanation is this: that people once believed these sacred flame crystals to be vessels of extraordinary power, and that warriors could use them to enhance their own strength. In reality, they turned out to be far less miraculous than hoped for. In some
Dark
rare,
hair and
very
wings?
specific
Interesting.
circumstances, they proved irreplaceable.
We'll
but
see.
they were not so different from the regular sacred flame
We'll
in
see
essence.
who's next.
The pilgrimage produced enough sacred flame,
Went to
making
Hawaii!
the Bloomflower trials
Ooh,
obsolete.
that's nice.
And thus, they were forgotten.
Ah, I get it.
That must have been
So
really
to save
nice.
Milray, we have to revive the Bloomflower trials and get all 6 tribes to take part. Ooh, that
How
sounds
long were
rough.
you in Hawaii again? How long was your vacation? Yeah, 16 hours of flying. That does sound like... The jet lag must have
I'd
also
say
hit
we'd
you
be
quite
better
hard
off
then,
not
right?
treating it like some kind of hassle.
I assume?
All 6 tribes need to take
Or
part,
was there like
sure,
barely anything?
but not everyone has to show up.
Or 16 hours of
We can
flight,
take
I
it
imagine there would be
voluntary,
some jet
so
lag.
warriors who happen to have time can sign up and fight it out of their own accord. Since the war ended, the pilgrimage
Then again,
has
if it
become
was
more
more
like
like
a tournament
along,
for our
you know,
warriors to
north-south
compete in
kind
and
of
keep
way,
themselves
then
in shape.
I guess it wouldn't
So
be
why
that
not
bad.
let them hone their skills on a fresh new stage?
We should never drop our guard completely, even in times of peace. But like that, it seems high time we restarted the Bloomflower trials.
6-hour
with you on
time
that.
difference, okay,
Nothing
yeah.
gets the blood pumping like a contest to see which tribe's the
Hey.
strongest, huh?
No objections on my part.
Man,
I'll go discuss this
Hawaii
with the
does
others.
sound nice. You
I'm
hear a lot
sure
of
there
good
will be
things.
Plenty of warriors who'll be
You always
itching
hear
to
a lot
take
of good
part.
things about how nice
I can't
vacationing
speak
there,
for
how
everyone
nice it
else,
is there,
but I can guarantee that Mulani will be there. There's nothing she loves more
now
than
I
a
have
lively
someone here who
occasion.
actually knows just how
And I
nice
guess
it
your
is.
vote was a foregone conclusion, eh, Pakal? Great. We're all in agreement then.
Nice.
Thanks, everyone. It really means a lot.
Let's head back to our tribes and see how many people are willing to sign up. If interest is high, we'll hold a big event. But if not, we'll keep it small.
Agreed.
Here we
Rules will
go,
be crucial
event
too.
time. Want to go back?
Competition
Oh, was
without
that
rules is
good?
just mindless violence, and that's not what we want.
I'll draw up an outline. Let's meet up at the Speaker's Chamber later. After all, we'll still need the Pyro Archon's final approval.
Oh yeah, and we'll also need some Ocean Zephyrs to cure Milray. Who'll go gather them while we're organizing the trials?
I guess that'll
I've
be
got
my
that
turn
covered.
for a fetch quest. Oh
I
no,
just
never
noticed
mind.
that some of
Default
Milray's
to it.
friends have shown up.
Maybe I'll have to also. Again, I haven't gone on a big vacation in
these
quite a
Saurians?
while.
You're right. There's all
Who knows
sorts.
when I'll go on another
Seems
big
like he's
vacation.
quite the popular little
Who
fella.
knows?
Huh.
Kakuku, can you hit them up and ask if they'd be down to lend a claw?
One of the big problems of going
Sure
on
thing,
vacation
bro.
is
I
I'd
got
have
you,
to
bro.
abandon my duties for streaming.
Must be nice having a Saurian companion who can talk.
Well, if that's everything, how about we call it a day?
All right. See you later. Aoife, let's head back. And bring these Saurians along too. We've got to teach them how to identify ocean zephyrs.
See ya, little guy. We'll come visit you again soon.
Alright, off we go.
Whoa! They sure are quick on their feet. Guess they're chiefs for a reason. When they decide on something, it gets done right away.
More the let's sleep on it type, are we, Paimon?
But that's what you're here for, right? Whenever Paimon puts things off, even for just a while, you'll handle them straight away. Oh, wow. Go away, bro.
Of course.
Even Kakuku's done with this conversation.
I'll go spread the word. Kachina, you gonna sign up?
Of course she will, right? Right?
Of course.
Yeah.
In that case, let's head over together. Traveler, Paimon, see you at the Speaker's Chamber in a bit.
And going for a vacation, but it's very expensive. Oh, I can
So
imagine.
far, so good. At this rate, Milray will be better in no time.
One day. One day. There's so many one days in my life.
Oh,
Like,
wanna try
now,
getting a
yeah,
bit
one
more
day going
sleep?
to Hawaii, when you go to Japan one day. I just want to go everywhere one day. Everywhere. I'm gonna do a world tour of just sightseeing. And stuff and things. Feel like he has something to say.
You think so? Is he feeling hungry then? Hey, Kakuku, can you help us translate? Oh, long gone. Oh no, he does seem pretty anxious. What are you trying to say, little guy?
For our Saurian companion. Tournament of Glory and Bloom, Act 1. Flower trials are set to take place. Flame crystal. How was I supposed to read that quickly? But on any words. Like, okay, how is anyone supposed to read that quickly? How is anyone supposed to read that quickly when the text just automatically skips? Again, yet another thing that I absolutely despise about Genshin. Every single day I come back to this game, I feel like I'm more and more so just doing it out of obligation. And less because of actual enjoyment. There we go. Alright, roaring and coughing. Love how that's not voice acted, apparently.
Think okay, Milray? Do you want to eat something? Why don't I go pick you some fruit?
Thanks for looking after me, Nyan. I'll be fine. Hello, Milray and Nyan.
Who are you? Haven't seen you around before. Have you come to visit Milray too?
Why is this not voice acted? Seems to be a forced part of the event, but Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that you have nothing to worry about, okay? Those nice humans have found a way to cure you. It won't be long before they've gathered enough ocean zephyrs and sacred flame crystals, so hang in there. You'll be on the mend soon.
Sacred flame crystals? Milray? That's exactly what I'm worried about. Those nice humans have no idea how dangerous sacred flame crystals are.
Dangerous?
Yes, very dangerous. They can beguile human hearts, turn friends into enemies. Humans must be careful.
And then he died. Milray tries to say something else, but he soon falls unconscious once more. Beguile human hearts. The chiefs didn't mention anything about that before. Could there be unknown risks associated with using sacred flame crystals? But more importantly, if even the chiefs know nothing about this, despite all the knowledge they possess, then where did Milray and Nyan come to hear of it? Nyan, who told you guys that sacred flame crystals were dangerous?
A mysterious Kukusaur we met while fighting those big monsters. He was the one who told us.
Okay.
Still remember how our friends were all running around in a panic the first time Milray passed out?
Not this disease. Not again. We'll need to find ocean zephyrs and sacred flame crystals. But sacred flame crystals can beguile human hearts, turn friends into enemies. What should I do? Where did this Kukusaur find out then?
I don't know, he often said things we couldn't understand. Apart from us, no other little Saurian wanted to play with him. As far as I could tell, he didn't have any human companions either. But I'm sure he wouldn't have lied to us. He saved us many times and we're very close friends. I really, really hope that Milray recovers soon, but if sacred flame crystals genuinely are that dangerous, I don't think that's the way he would want to be saved.
Don't worry, I'm here to help. I'll remind the humans to be careful. In the meantime, you take good care of Milray, alright? Just make sure he doesn't worry too much and gets lots of rest.
You do that for him? Thank you so much.
This is becoming more mysterious by the minute. With Marika and the 6 chiefs present, I'm sure everything will be alright, but still I'd better find a chance to talk to Marika about it. Alright, to the speaker's chamber. Here we go. Let's speak in the chamber. Hello, anyone home?
I've read through your proposal, and it sounds like a great idea. Even if it wasn't for Milray's situation, there'd be many reasons to start holding the Bloomflower trials again. How many warriors have been signing up?
Far more than we anticipated.
Oh, so it is going to be a big event.
Our warriors
Good.
sure are fired up. The ones who came late even held a protest outside the sign-up booth. So we had to make an exception by adding a few more spots.
So many people have signed up that we've had to divide the competition up into main matches and exhibition matches.
Oh boy.
Each main match will pit 2 different tribes against one another, while the exhibition matches will see 3 tribes going up against another 3.
Huh.
I'm
Well,
planning
ain't
to
that
limit
fun.
the number of spots for the exhibition
Is it going to be
matches.
random which tribes are going up
Accidents
against which
are more
ones in the
likely
exhibition
tangled
matches?
melees. So, with fewer contestants,
Are they going to have
we can
a few
ensure that any injuries
exhibition
will be
matches of
attended
each
to
different
promptly.
possible team composition?
Well, you've clearly thought this through with care. You have my approval. And don't worry, I'll find a way to fund it.
Thank you, Archon.
Oh, where will the trials be held? I'll stop by later to see how things are going. But I won't be taking part. Wouldn't want to spoil everyone else's fun.
Yeah, I feel like
The
as an
main
Archon,
venue
she
will
would
be near
probably
the Stadium
clean
of the Sacred
everyone
Flame,
out.
with additional arenas set up around the
Wipe
various
the
tribes.
floor with every single person.
All right, I'm all out of questions. Keep at it, everyone, and thanks for your hard work.
In that case, we'll be off. It's time we started organizing crews to set up the venues.
Yes, of course. Did we warn them? No, we just arrived.
Traveler, Paimon. Good luck.
Wait, before you go. Before you go,
Good luck with what exactly?
shouldn't we have told them
Hey,
about...
it's been a while, you two.
Okay,
Are you here
whatever.
about the Bloomflower trials too?
Yep, we sure are. Sounds like everything's going to plan.
Bloomflower trials. The name alone fills me with nostalgia.
So about those crystals.
I first heard about it from my dad, who
You know,
first heard about
danger.
it from his dad, my old grandpa.
Guess that means they were last held at least 500 years ago? Wait a sec. No, it must have been much earlier than that, then. Whoa. When you put it like that, it does feel kind of surreal that we're doing something that hasn't been done in such a long time.
Well, to be fair, with the
True,
Night
but
Warden
I've
Wars no
got a
longer
good
being a
feeling about
serious
this.
thing,
We'll pull it off.
because the
rest
war has
assured.
kind of ended. I mean, they're still doing the event and everything, but with the war having ended, they can now bring back other festivals, kind of, that are actually more festive, you know? Do you know anything about Sacred Flame Crystals? Is there anything dangerous about them?
What makes you ask?
We've heard rumors that Sacred Flame Crystals can beguile human hearts.
I've never heard such a rumor before. And rationally speaking, it just doesn't even seem possible. The rules governing the Oda Resurrection have protected Natlan for many long years. And these rules are themselves fueled by the Sacred Flame's power. We've been working with the Sacred Flame all this time, and we've never noticed anything unusual
But maybe in a
about it.
crystallized form it can be
In
dangerous.
essence,
you
Sacred
know?
Flame crystals are just another form of the Sacred Flame. I can't imagine how they could possibly beguile human hearts.
I find it hard to imagine too.
So please,
Even
be at
so,
ease. And
I would
besides,
still
even
advise
if they did
being at
harbor
least-
some kind
at least
of
a little
evil
bit
power,
careful.
it will not cause any real trouble in the Natlan we now live in. Not if I have anything to say about it. Our main priority right now is to hold the Bloomflower trials so we can collect enough Sacred Flame crystals to heal that little Tepetlosaurus.
It's so reassuring to have you on our side, Moika.
I mean, again, Archon powers.
Well, there are some things
course,
even I
that's
can't
fair.
handle. For example, it just came to my attention that you've got some people waiting for you outside.
Oh,
Huh? Who could they be?
You'll find out soon enough. Go on now. Don't keep them waiting.
well, let's see who it could be. Imagine it's Kinich and we're finally gonna hear his new voice. Could be, could be. Although I'm not sure he'd already have the lines recorded and everything, considering I just heard about that happening recently. Oh, Kinich is
Finally, you're
here though.
here. Traveler
Paimon. So, basically...
Ian-san! You have a voice! Okay, this is the first time... Is it the actual first? Probably, again, when did the strike start? At 5.1, I think, right? So there was only a single patch where all the characters were voice acted. So I'm pretty sure we haven't heard Ian-san's voice at all since then. Same for Kinich. That's the first Ian-san line that we've heard in half a year. Right? Half a year! I mean, I knew Kenichi's voice actor got replaced and everything, but I didn't know Ian-san would also be making a comeback. Now, I don't know, is Ian-san... Again, it's been way too long since I've heard Ian-san's voice. And again, I've probably only heard it so little that it couldn't leave much of an impression, considering the voice actors were only around for like a single patch. But is it still the same voice? And the voice actors finally returned? Or did Ian-san also get replaced? Then again, I only heard about Kinich being replaced, so I assume Ian-san is still the same one.
Hold up, what happened to first come, first served? What I'm saying is I get to go first. What's going on? Why is everyone turned up all of a sudden? So, you know about the bloom flower
Give us
trials,
the Ian-san
right?
lover here. Fair enough, but he's currently lurking.
Have you decided which
Because he
tribe
doesn't
you'll
want to
join?
spoil himself
If not,
on
how
the
about the people of
event.
the springs? What? We're allowed to take part too?
Given that the trials haven't been held in so long, we're creating a new set of rules for them. Separate
He
from
does
the ones
already
for
have the
pilgrimage.
voice. He does already have the voice! I am so happy that you've been replaced! Yes! So far, this entire event has been fully voice acted, right? Like, the only part that wasn't voice acted was the part where we were playing as the Saurians, right? Only the Saurian lines weren't voice acted, and I assume that's because they are just, the Saurians are, of course, not actually speaking, it's just translating in the form of the text box, essentially. So, yeah, with the exception of that, the entire event so far fully voice acted. Huh, and Ian-san returned, good.
All of the chiefs have agreed, but whether or not
Might
you
we
compete
actually
or which
finally
tribe you
have the
support,
return of
well,
fully
that's completely
voice
up
acted
to you.
Genshin? It's been
As
so
the hero
long.
who saved Natlan, your participation would be a huge morale boost for whoever you choose to join.
Everyone is speaking.
In other words, recruiting you is every tribe's top priority right now.
Everyone is speaking to
so
us.
That's what's going on. No wonder Chief Akata wished us good luck just now. He must have known this was coming.
And that's all for the chit-chat. I hope you're ready for some serious incentives. How do
Alright.
you like the sound of luxury hot spring vouchers? I'll even throw in a selection of fine gifts from the shop.
That does sound tempting.
Luxury hot springs? Sounds like Paimon's perfect vacation.
I would like some hot
If you join
springs, but what
Scions
do
of
the others
Canopy,
offer?
We'll hold a great barbecue in your honor. The finest quality meat, all you can eat.
Fair enough.
And if you join right away, you'll even stand a chance of being taken on as a sidekick of the almighty
I would rather not. So far, the hot springs are in the lead.
No one wants that.
Yeah, no one wants that.
You little...
So far, I'm leaning towards the people of the springs. Who has another offer?
Join up with the Collective of Plenty, and I'll provide a year's worth of training sessions and a personalized nutrition plan to help you
That's a
become
very
stronger
kind
than
offer.
You already are.
But that sounds like a lot of work.
Not too keen
So
on
far,
training,
people of the springs are still in the lead.
Stronger does sound tempting.
all I've got to offer are freshly picked vegetables, but I can guarantee they're really tasty.
Oron?
Ooh, could Paimon
Again, I would like to work...
Fancy some flying lessons? Or you could just hitch a ride. I'll take
Yeah,
you
people of the
soaring through
springs so
skies
far
myself.
are in the lead. Well, Lani's offer sounds the best, I agree.
But flying around with the Traveler sounds like it could be a lot of fun too.
Alright, so far, people of the springs absolutely in the lead. However, if I join the Masters of the Nightwind, that would mean I am teaming up with Granny Eatsley. I would absolutely enjoy teaming up with Granny Eatsley, but as far as the rewards are concerned, I actually think that the Masters of the Night Wind are offering the least. Just some freshly picked vegetables, and that's it. Now, I'm not saying that's bad necessarily, but compared to all the other rewards the tribes are offering, that's not too good. Then again, fighting alongside Granny Eatsley is a reward of its own. But I could still fight alongside her in the exhibition matches, because that's always 3v3. So again, gotta say, people of the Springs, I think they got me.
I can bake Saurus crackers and green fruit chips.
Oh, Paimon loves those.
Yeah, no, they came out strong.
Oh, this is such a tough
The people of the
choice.
Springs came out strong.
Not just 'cause the
They made the
freeze
first
is
offer, and it was
but also
immediately the
because
best
picking
offer.
one tribe feels like we're
No one was
betraying all
able
the
to top
others.
it. Sorry to say.
You know what? Paimon's decided to leave this one to you.
How about I join you all then? Tumaini belongs to all of Natlan after all. How does that work?
Paimon's pretty sure that isn't an option.
Actually, it's not a bad idea. It could work for the exhibition matches at least.
Okay.
There'd be 3 tribes on one side versus 3 on the other for those. So, first half you're on our side. Second half on theirs.
He
Sounds
added
fair enough,
something.
right?
3 on
Huh.
3 on the
Hadn't
other
thought of that.
others for both.
Pretty clever.
They added text to the
What?
line read that
Really?
wasn't in the actual text box.
Then,
Huh.
as for those perks you mentioned earlier...
Do we just get all of them?
Don't worry, my offer still stands.
Yes!
Enjoying ourselves is the #1 priority here.
Alright, we win.
So it's settled then? For the first half of the exhibition match, you'll fight alongside us Scions of the Canopy, People of the Springs, and the Children of Echoes against the other 3 tribes.
That's fair enough.
Feels just like the old days when we used to fight side by side. We're gonna be unstoppable.
I'm gonna kick Granny Eatsley's
Alright,
ass.
It's nearly time. Let's get ready and head over there together.
And I just unlocked the teleport waypoint, it seems. Whoa. Saurian Treasure Seeker and the Bloomflower Trials. Alright. Participate in the first half of the exhibition match. And I got a bunch of side quests too. Alright, where exactly is it? Over here. Well, let's get to the action then, shall we? I wonder, when are we gonna encounter the first character that isn't voice acted? There has to be at least one. There has to be at least one character in this that still isn't voice acted, right? Unless they actually manage to salvage all of Natlan. Let's start the competition.
Alright, so this is our base. According to the rules, all we have to do is capture 3 of their bases in a row, and we win!
Let's go over our game plan.
The almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula How, needs only lift a claw, and poof! All that you behold shall be turned to ashes.
Alright, prove it.
Mess up our match, and I'll lock you up till it's all over.
Evil box.
You killjoy!
We're a real dream team. Let's just charge right in.
Anyone
We know
gonna
each
be
other
on
pretty well.
defense?
So, working together should be a breeze.
Or is it just one
Still,
team on defense and one
let's
team
not
on
get careless.
offense?
There are a lot of cliffs nearby, so our vision will be obscured. They could ambush us from the high ground too.
In that case, let's follow the water instead. See that flag over there? That's the Collective of Plenty's base, right? We'll approach swiftly on the water, sweep in and capture the base, then move up to the
Fair
high
enough.
ground.
You know, having
like
your
the way you
base,
think.
having your base on the coastline when one of your
judgment too,
opponents
Lolani.
is the people of the Springs, doesn't seem like a smart play. I feel like if your opponent is the people of the springs, you would want to stay away from the coastline, because they're gonna have an advantage there. But okay, sure. We'll catch them completely off guard.
Alright then. Time for me and my Sharky surfboard to strut our stuff. I'll take point. Everyone follow me!
Alright, let's get going. I want to say something to Gabe, but I don't want to risk, you know, pulling Gabe's attention to the stream when he's very clearly lurking, so to not spoil himself. So yeah, he's fair. Sad that these things are non-interactable. Alright, let's move. Jump. Jump. Missed one, doesn't matter. Jump. Missed one, doesn't matter. Jump.
Here by the water route, just as expected. Classic people of the springs thinking. Huh? They saw through our plan?
So they set up the base
no choice
here,
but
so
to
we
face
would
them head on
definitely.
now.
They set up their base here because they knew we would then.
All right,
they would
then.
only have to defend
Time
the
for
ocean.
a real showdown.
They would only have to defend from against an attack from the ocean because they knew we'd be coming this way.
Hey, no slacking. Give this everything you've got.
Oh, they have backup. Fun.
Not a bad training session. Let's call it a day.
We won!
Easy.
At this rate, we'll be invincible!
Don't
Will
count
be
your
title
Yokosaur's
card.
yet. Let's head over to the next spot.
Wait a sec. Don't forget to plant our flag before we leave. This is proof of our victory.
Well, here we go. Change flag. Attack the Masters of the Night Wind. Oh, yes. I wonder if Granny Eatsley is actually gonna be there on defense.
See that? Up above the cliffs? That's the Masters of the Night Wind's base.
The nearby mountainsides have all been blocked off by crystal clusters. Looks like they don't want us getting up there so easily.
Send the
worry.
title card thing.
Turbo Twirly!
You've got this, Kachina.
Whom. There's from the thing that you don't like. Here we go.
You're finally here, Gramps. If I'm back home too late, my vegetables will get thirsty.
Oh
Don't
no,
worry,
not
we'll
the
make this
thirsty
quick for
wedgie.
ya.
How sad.
All right, people, that's when you get your teeth.
Here comes another.
Take a look behind the veil. Snowed under.
Is that all you have?
Of course it's all I have. What else would I have? This?
Take a look my way.
Not in vain. Still looking slim. Perhaps it's time I got going.
Heh. Easy. Too easy. Way, way, way too easy. Change flag.
All right. We've taken the Masters of the Night Wind's base too.
Look! Up there in the mountain! The flag of the Flower Feather Clan!
Wow, looks like they're already on high alert.
Yeah. Not only do they have the high ground, but they're highly mobile too. With our current forces, a frontal assault won't be easy.
How about we distract
Looks like
them?
I showed up right on cue, huh?
One attack from the front, and the entire rest of the team comes around back while they're busy dealing with the initial distraction. Also, still not a single unvoice acted character. I'm happy. I am happy. Genshin is actually turning into a proper voiced game again. Who would have thought that we'd actually get proper voice acting again after half a year? It's been way too long. They did mention reinforcements.
Let's save this small talk for when the flag's in the bag.
Now that backup's arrived, let's split up into 2 teams.
I'll lead a frontal assault to draw their fire. The rest of you find another route up and strike directly at the heart of their base.
As I thought, gotta have a distraction.
I can taste our victory already!
Well, let's get moving then. Alright, from behind.
That's where Shalonen's headed. Let's find another way.
Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to go around. Oh. Okay, yeah, I know I'm supposed to go around, but I wasn't expecting the giant invisible... 2 invisible walls.
Hold up. That's where Shalonen's headed. Let's find another way.
Do I have to go the long way around?
Okay, let's stop around here. We can use grappling hooks to climb up to the top.
The long way. Whoop. And we're here. Easy. Too easy.
Well, would you look at that? You managed to find a gap in our defenses somehow. But this is just the beginning. So stay on your feet. If you can.
Well, time to take down the next team and then
Well
we
said.
win.
Let's do this.
Easy W on the
Let's have
exhibition
ourselves
match.
some fun!
Alright, Gina, you set up. Alani.
I got him
H.
cornered.
Still got plenty of bullets left with your names on them. Alright, how about we call it a day?
Alright. And mine. Got all of them.
Does that mean we've won?
Unless they took down some of our bases.
Told you we'd be unstoppable.
Well, that was pretty exhilarating, even as battles go.
Oh, you can say that again. I was still fighting off Cuckoosaur riders halfway up the mountainside when I'd heard you already taken the base. That was well played.
Thanks for covering us.
Yeah, the going would have been way tougher if we had fought our way up.
How about the sacred flame crystals? Did anyone manage to get their hands on some?
I don't
found
know.
a few shards,
Oh.
but they were only about as big as green fruit chips. I gave them to the
Granny
marshals
Eatsley!
and the masters of the Nightwind on our way back.
She arrives? She's here.
Yes, and they gave them to me.
She's here. It's the granny.
Are you here to take part in the Bloomflower trials too?
I devised the techniques for the main matches, so of course I would show up.
Of course,
Those
of
marshals
course.
handed the sacred flame crystals over as soon as they saw me. I did a quick tally. At this rate, we should have enough by the event's end.
That's awesome!
Even Sidlali didn't notice anything strange about the sacred flame crystals. Am I just overthinking this? There's no such thing as overthinking. There has to be something going on. The question is... how long will it take for us to figure out what exactly is going
Well,
on?
since everything's gone so smoothly, why don't we hit the hot springs tonight?
Oh, I am all for it. There's nothing like letting our hair down after a hard day's work. Ooh, and good food and drink wouldn't go down badly either.
Well,
How about we head over there together?
who
Even
was it
I'll
who
hitch a
offered
ride on
barbecue?
Turbo Twirly.
Hakenich?
Ugh,
Who offered
sorry, but
barbecue?
I need to head back
Can
to
you
the
bring that to
workshop
the people of
finish
the
up some
Springs?
fortune commissions first. Let's meet at the People of the Springs later this evening.
I need to help at the shop anyway, so I'll pick up some snacks there. See you all tonight!
I might be a bit late. If you're all there earlier, feel free to start without me.
Fair enough.
Great! Paimon can't wait!
Huh? Sure. In that case, I guess I'll be off too. See you tonight.
And now I need to wait, I assume? Or is it just gonna immediately jump to the evening at the People of the Springs? I guess it's gonna jump to it. Even better! Here we are.
Hurry up, guys! You're the last ones left! Come on, I'll take you to get
How
changed.
dare we be last?
You remember where the changing rooms are, right? I'm pretty sure I showed you last time.
I would have been here so
Time sure
early.
flies. Oh, sorry. Let's save the reminiscing for later. Let's go!
You get changed in a familiar spot.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Started!
This
Where did
is
you get the
life.
pixel towel for
Spring.
Kahul? How?
I hereby bestow upon you the name of the Almighty Dragon Lord.
Where,
All
where,
the fatigue
and
just
the
floats
pixel
away.
wine glass.
If
Where
only
did
we
you
could
get
do this
that?
every day.
Aren't you gonna join us, Shilonen?
I'm not a huge fan of being in the water. This right here is more my kind of spot.
And last but not least, surf, turf, and perch.
That smells amazing. Oh, hold your horses. There's a time for fun and games, and it's now when there's delicious food already on the table. Oh, wait for Paimon! Take that, Kanich!
And still pulling out the butt. Really? Really, Ahau?
Hey!
Don't
watch
lie.
it, How? You're splashing water everywhere!
This is so tasty. Traveler, you gotta try it.
No, I don't. I'm enjoying
Kachina,
myself in the hot
to that
springs.
to Kachina.
No need for
I made
food.
Saurus crackers. Come have some.
And there goes Ahau.
Okay. I'll be right
He's
there.
gone. Finally.
You shirtless! Unhand me! Let me go!
Whew. Thanks for sticking around to help me clean up.
No problem at all. We had a blast.
Alright.
Parties are always
Guess that's
extra
Act 1
lively
done.
when you guys are here. It was so much fun.
Time for the second act. Of what I assume is another 3-acter.
By the way, I couldn't help feeling that there was something on Kachina's mind during dinner.
I noticed that too.
Oh, it's strange. She usually comes to me for advice when something's bothering her. Maybe this something different? Oh, sorry to do this, but could you try asking her?
I mean, I guess. Sure.
Of course. We'll ask the next time we're alone with her. If there was something we could do to help, there's no way we'd stand by.
Oh, thanks. That makes me feel a lot better. Anyway, I'll be heading off now too. Just remember, you'll always be welcome to come hang out with me at the People of the Springs.
Alright.
See you soon.
Yeah, camera pans up. End of Act 1. Yep. Act 1 complete. Alright, now I assume there's a mandatory time skip? Yep. There always is. Wait until 2 days later. That's 1 day, that's 2 days. Dum-de-dum. And I'll have to schedule another Genshin stream at some point in the future so we can do the new Tribal Chronicles, right? That's another thing we still gotta handle that was added in this update. But there's no time pressure for that. Unlike this event, which is limited time only, the Tribal Chronicles will be permanently unlocked, so I can do them whenever I feel like it. And again, I am just glad that this event isn't like one of the ones that's like, oh, you gotta have played the new story content first before enjoying the event, even though the event is only here for a limited time. Glad they didn't do that here.
Here you are, Kachina.
Oh, hey. I had some time on my hands, so I decided to bring Io over to check on Milray and Nyan.
Ah, some extra company. You want Bite to join in as well?
Everything's gonna be fine.
Has something been on your mind lately?
Huh? What makes you ask?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
You've been a little bit
You
quiet.
seemed a bit down after the exhibition match.
Hey yo!
So we're kinda worried
Hey yo,
about
it's
you.
Io!
Thanks, Traveler and Paimon. I'm okay, really. I mean, it's hard to explain. I've just been feeling a bit lost. Despite losing the pilgrimage so many times, what kept me going was the belief that someday I'd win and earn a spot in the Night Warden Wars.
And you did.
So when I finally did, I was over the moon.
And then you died.
Things didn't exactly go as planned, and you and the others had to rescue me
You
from
finally
the Night
won
Kingdom.
and got to participate in the
Still,
war, and then you immediately
I achieved my
died.
dream.
Truly tragic.
After the happiness wore off, I felt hollow. I didn't know what to aim for next, or what I should work toward. Then the Bloomflower trials came around, and I could fight alongside everyone again. But when the exhibition match ended, I suddenly realized that everyone had real-life responsibilities to return to. Everyone, that is. Except for me.
Oh boy,
And that got me
responsibilities. Trust
thinking,
me, you don't want those.
am I the
You
only
don't
one who's
want
still
those
like a kid?
responsibilities.
The only one who's left with so much free time on their hands? Who's never really grown up?
It's a blessing rather than a
that's
curse
what's
if you
been
have
bothering
that.
you, huh?
Trust me. This is an important stage in life too, Kachina.
Huh? You mean everyone feels like this at some point? I thought it was just because I hadn't been working hard enough.
Take your time searching for what it is you want to do. Take all the time you can get.
Oh, I
Don't
see.
rush into
Traveler.
responsibilities. Because once you have them, you can't go back.
If you think about it, this is a good thing. Not knowing what you want means the future's still full of possibilities, right? When Paimon can't decide what she wants for dinner, she gets to imagine all kinds of delicious dishes.
And of course, with
But if
Paimon,
someone
it all
told
comes
her,
back to
"You're
food.
eating
What a
this tonight,"
surprise.
Kinda spoils the anticipation.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
I see even you have your moments of wisdom, Paimon.
Hey! Stop underestimating Paimon like that, would ya?
Oh, looks like you guys beat me to it.
Oh?
Is the little guy feeling any better?
Always
Granny
fancying
Seedlolly.
Sidlali?
Hello.
Or Granny Eatsley?
Hello.
Or Sidlali? Or
I
Granny
didn't
Eatsley?
have much going on at the moment,
Sidlali?
so I
Or
thought
Granny
I'd check
Eatsley?
in on our patient.
Anyway, always
Milray's
fun.
been in a deep sleep
Very
this
fun.
whole time. It's just as Aoife said. We'll
Need
need
more
to
of her.
gather all the sacred flame crystals before we can
I like how
help
I
him.
pulled for her, even though I'm
I
not really
imagine
gonna
you're
use
right.
her. Just because I like the character. At this point, I am at the point in the game where I have a good team that I
By
probably
the
won't really
way,
switch out.
You haven't run into any trouble
So-
lately, have you?
The only reasons really I have for pulling for characters is me liking the character rather than actually getting any utility out of them. Anyway, run into trouble?
When we discussed the sacred flame crystals after the exhibition match ended, everyone else looked happy. But you seem to have something on your mind.
I guess we should tell you about what's going on. Ah, so that's what this is about. I was worried that the sacred flame crystals might be dangerous. Did she think there was something else on my mind? You were on my mind the entire time. While I was worrying about Kachina, she was worrying about me. I should just be honest with her about the rumor. You tell Sidlali about the rumor that sacred flame crystals can beguile
A
human
baseless
hearts.
rumor. But a fearful-sounding one all the same. Fear stems from the unknown. So the more cryptic the hearsay, the more panic it spreads.
Alright.
Wait, are the crystals actually dangerous? Then what about Milray?
Mawika was right. Even if trouble does come our way, she'll handle it.
Of course she will, because
Still,
Archon
there
powers.
must be a story behind the Bloomflower trials being stopped. It is said that something happened the last time they were held. Since you're concerned, why don't we look into it? I'm sure we'll still be able to find scrolls from back then over at the Masters of the Nightwind.
Let's go.
Can I come along? I'd like to help.
The team up.
I don't see why not. Come, let's head over to my place. We should leave this little Tibet.
Well, I'll gladly head over to your place, Granny. Medicine born of guilt. Let's get moving. Wait, what are we even doing over here? This isn't her place. I thought we were going to her place. Why are we out here? Oh well.
I had someone gather up all the woven scrolls from that era. Maybe we'll find some leads we can follow.
Guess it's time for a lot of reading.
There's that many?
Oh, this is gonna take forever.
Let's split up the work.
Come on. Less whining, more reading.
Yeah.
If we split them up, we'll finish in no time.
Everyone take a scroll and get to it. You don't even have to read it in detail, you just have to kind of scan over it to see if anything relating to this stuff comes up. And if you find something, then you can read in more detail. But yeah, you just gotta scan over the pages, it's fine. Or not pages, but the lines. A variety of events are recorded in these scrolls, like moments of frozen history, with the power to pull you back into the distant past. I flipped through several of them, but still nothing about the Bloomflower trials, yet the stories they contain, they're almost unimaginable. War, peace, alliances, betrayals. Seems like in the Natlan of 6 or 7 centuries past, relations between the 6 tribes were incredibly complex and constantly shifting. Curious.
Why have you stopped? Did you notice something strange?
Are there still conflicts between the tribes nowadays?
There will always be tensions. But the intensity has changed. Usually
you had
the
a common
Pyro
enemy
Archon
for the
tries their
longest
best to prevent
time.
intertribal disputes from escalating.
But now you don't
not
have a
every
common
Archon
enemy
has done
anymore.
that as well as Malika.
So, you know.
Also, given that our Archons live only as long as mortals, the transitional periods can be fraught with
Actually, no, they do
challenges.
still have the common enemy. Just because the Abyss is no longer, you know, actively attacking here doesn't mean the Abyss isn't still a thing. So you could still go to war against the Abyss, take the war to them, you know? Ah, I see.
Far fewer conflicts have ended in bloodshed over the past few centuries. Whenever I read through these scrolls, I too am always struck by the thought of how unimaginable our lives would seem to people back then.
Hey, come check this out. This one seems to mention the Bloomflower trials.
Well, there we go, we found something.
Oh? Let me see.
Well?
A curious coincidence indeed. It seems like the last Bloomflower trials were also held to save the life of an ailing Saurian.
Huh? Was it the same illness as Milray's?
The scroll doesn't say, but it seems likely.
And then they ended
Strange.
them, huh?
It's very unusual for such records to be so sparse on details. The scroll only vaguely alludes to 2 things. Firstly, that the Bloomflower trials were held to save a sick little Saurian. Secondly, that they seemed to have failed. And that the chief of the Flower Feather clan had a major falling out with his younger brother. And later on, his brother left the tribe and lived as a recluse. That's all it says.
But that basically tells us nothing! You know, except that the person who weaved this scroll must have been slacking off on the job.
Or maybe something happened that was too sensitive to record.
Sacred flame crystals having the power to beguile human hearts. Is this where that's from?
Despite combing through the rest of the scrolls, none of you find any further
looks like
clues
we'll have
relating
to approach this from another
whatever.
angle. I'll go take a look through some even older scrolls. Surely the trials were held more than once.
Seeing as that scroll just now mentioned the Flower Feather clan, I think I could go ask Chief Butota.
I guess that's something.
Any other leads we can follow?
Come to think of it, that mysterious Kukusaur that Milray mentioned might be able to shed some light on this. I have a feeling a certain Kukusaur might know a thing or two.
A certain Kukusaur? Who told you that?
Oh, no one.
Aoife's assistant, Kakuku, must have told you, right? I heard he sometimes translates for the other Saurians.
Yeah, except I didn't need the translation or anything. I translated myself. Yeah, this might not be the best time to dive into the whole Saurian indwelling mystery. Guess I'll just give Kakuku the credit for now. Fair enough. That's all we need.
Alright then. I'll look into those ancient scrolls, Kachina can head over to the Flower Feather clan, and you two can track down that Kukusaur. Let's split up and meet back here later.
Alright, let's split up, gang! Didn't actually find out that much about the mysterious Kukusaur earlier. Let's head back to the Children of Echoes and ask Naya for more details. Alright, back to the one part of the event that is not voice acted, other than obviously the main character. Alright, and here we go. Naya, can you tell me more about that mysterious Kukusaur you mentioned before?
Hey, you want to make friends with him too?
Yep, that's right. Where can I find him?
Tracking him down is no easy task because he's always off somewhere on his own. 1 second he'll pop up in front of us, then vanish into thin air in the next. It's actually pretty impressive. One time he took us to this absolutely beautiful place with this really, really tall stone gate. And there were so many other Kukusaurs there. We wouldn't usually trespass on other Saurians' territory, but since he took us there, it was fine. He said that was his home.
Kukusaurs and a stone gate. Sounds like he might be near the Flower Feather clan. Let's go check it out. What does he look like? How will I recognize him?
He's really easy to spot. If you see one that looks all light and floaty, that's him.
Light and floaty?
Yep, light and floaty. You'll know who he is the instant you see him.
That seems to be the only description Nyan can come up with. It's vague, but I'll have to do it for now.
Oh, and if you see him, could you say hi from me and Milray? We're both starting to miss him. He did drop by to see us, but there were too many people around for his liking.
Sure thing. Leave it to me. Dum-de-dum. New character alert! And Yansan.
Feeling hungry? I just picked these from the orchard.
Go on. Have some.
The first voice
Taking
line of the
care
new
of a patient
character,
like
and it's
you're
an
doing is
entirely
hard
optional
work.
one.
Don't wear yourself out with worry, okay? If you need more, there's plenty more where that came from.
Alright, let's get moving. We must make progress. If all goes according to plan, I should be able to finish all 3 acts of this event today. Here's hoping.
Shh. So, everyone got that?
Thigh physics?
They'll
Peak.
never see this coming. We'll catch them totally off guard.
Leave it to us. We'll show them what we're made of.
Mualani, Kanich, what are you doing here?
Hello there. You weren't by any chance talking about us, were you?
Oh, Traveler, Paimon, it's you. You nearly scared the life out of me. Just between us, we're discussing our strategy
I
for the
see.
next half of the exhibition match.
Alright. Need
But
any
as
help
for the
with your
details,
strategy?
those will have to stay a secret. After all,
Oh,
we'll be competing
right.
against you this time.
What about you guys? You seem like you're in a hurry. Has something happened?
We're on the
Well,
trail
you
of an
see-
extremely rare and elusive Kukusaur.
Yeah, that.
Rare and elusive?
For dangerous reasons. You give Kenichi and Mualani a quick rundown of the situation.
In that case, we can help with the search.
Alright, so
That
once
description
again,
of the
let's split up,
location's way
gang.
too vague. The scenery around here is all pretty much the same. Without anyone to help out, it'll take you forever. What does the Kukusaur look like?
Light and floaty.
Nothing more specific than that?
Apparently we'll know who he is when the instant we see him.
Alright, well in that case, let's split up.
Yep.
I'll
Always
check the
good
higher
to
ground and
split
see
up.
if anyone over at the Flower Feather clan has any ideas.
Especially in a horror scenario, it's
follow the
always
river
best to
then.
split up. Sadly, this is no horror scenario.
Sounds like it's my time to shine. As Knight will tell you, I'm a born hunter with the eyes of a hawk.
I haven't got anywhere else to be either. I'll take a stroll nearby and see if I can spot anything.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Even the NPCs are
Don't mention
helping.
it.
How nice.
Anyway, we'd better get going. Catch you in a bit.
I guess the reason they only replaced... Okay, there seems to be quite a Kukusaurs living around here. I'll see what I can... Okay, whatever. As I was about to say, I think the only reason, like the main reason why they only replaced Knicht's voice actor is because Knight would have been the only character in this event that wouldn't have been voice acted if they couldn't get a new VA. So I think I think what they might be doing is they might be waiting for whenever a character needs to be voiced again, and if the voice actor hasn't returned, they'll replace them going forward. I think that might be what they're doing, and if so, good. Give the voice actors a chance to return, and if the character is supposed to be voice acted and the voice actor hasn't returned yet, then it's time to get a replacement. They can totally keep this up, I think.
That fruit just now is kinda sour. Try this one instead, it's super sweet.
Greetings, fellow Saurians!
Hello there, how can we help?
I was just wondering, have you ever met a Kukusaur around here who you describe as light and floaty?
Oh, you're talking about that kid, are ya?
Huh? Are light and floaty really such distinct traits? These Kukusaurs seem to have instantly understood who I meant.
He sometimes shows up around you, but he's always sneaking around, trying not to be seen. Yeah, he's often perched on a cliff, just gazing out on his lonesome, daydreaming about who knows what. Oh yeah, I'm sure I saw him following a human around a couple of days back. Huh, that's not something you see every day. He usually won't go anywhere near them.
So, is there any way to get a hold of him?
I'd get it if I were you. That kid comes and goes like a shadow. Come join us for some fruit instead. Try this one, sweet as sweet can be.
Okay, thanks. Doesn't seem like a very fruitful lead. Guess I'd better wait and see if Muelani and Knight have any better luck. Also, Genshin's gonna be ultra trash if Hu Tao's VA gets replaced. Well, then all her VA needs to do is actually come back and voice the character again. And not be part of this stupid-ass strike anymore. Same for Zhongli's VA and any of the other missing VAs.
Anything on your end, Knight?
Nope.
Me neither. Kukusaurs all look so similar. They
Yeah,
all
that's
look
racist.
light and floaty to me. I mean, what could possibly be lighter and floatier than a pair of wings?
I didn't find anything either. How about you guys?
Tough luck, it seems.
Sorry, Traveler and Paimon. We couldn't find that Kukusaur you're after. Are you in a hurry to find him? If you need a hand, I can come back and join the search again tomorrow.
I'll try to think of another way.
Okay, well, if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out. That's what friends are for, after all.
I've told my friends over at the Flower Feather clan to keep an eye out. If they see anything, they'll let you know.
Well, that's
So,
good.
What's your next move?
I think we'll head back to the Masters of the Nightwind.
Alright. I'll update them.
Come to think of it, Auroron could probably rig up a few traps and snag him that way.
You think that might work?
It's not like Auroran's traps can catch just anything, you know.
Yeah.
You never know. Might as well ask him if
I
he
mean,
gets a
from what
chance.
I know, his traps are
Anyway, we'll be
usually
heading
just
back
a hole
now.
in the ground.
Best of luck.
Okay then, see you later. And thanks for your help.
But he did catch a former Pyro Archon with one of his traps, you know? So, you know, if Auroron can catch a former Archon, then who's to say he couldn't catch anything else? Hello, we're back.
Let me think.
Kachina, Lolly, what's up?
You doing
We haven't
well?
managed to find anything.
Ah,
No one seems to know what actually happened back then.
well, we also haven't
Any luck
found
with your
anything on our
mysterious
end.
Kukasaur?
Nope, not yet.
In that case, I'd suggest we set this aside for now. It would be great if we could get to the bottom of this, but not every historical mystery can be unraveled.
But it should
We
be.
must also learn to live with the unknown.
No,
Just
mysteries
remember,
are bound
as
to
long
be
as we
solved
stick together,
eventually.
no challenge will ever be too great.
Yeah, I'm sure everything will work out.
Every mystery must be solved.
Still, after all this investigating, it feels a bit disappointing to come up
I
empty-handed.
have worked for the World Detective Organization.
Finally, dudes. Found you.
We must solve all mysteries.
What brings you here?
And we must do so right
Can
now.
you mention you were on the lookout for a Kukasaur? Just so happens a strange Kukasaur has been following me the past few days.
Strange Kukasaur, you say?
No clue why, but this dude's been on my tail ever since I got back from the Children of Echoes. Not gonna lie to you, bro, it's kind of freaky. His footsteps are totally silent, and after dark, all you can see is a silhouette. So I didn't even realize he was there until Kakuku suddenly flipped out last night when he went for a drink. His squawking woke me up, and that's when I finally spotted a shadowy shape outside the window.
That sounds terrifying.
I could tell it was a little Kukasaur from the shape.
Thanks
After
for your
observing
fast
him more
acting there,
closely,
Spinner.
I figured out that he'd been following me the whole time, but that he'd just been too quiet to notice. Not sure if that's the dude you're looking for, but if so, you're more than welcome to get him off my back. The sooner the better.
Wait a second. Does that mean...
Yep, dude's probably hiding right behind that tree.
And just ran.
Do you think we should send someone over to take a look?
Let me indwell
It's
Kukasaur real
okay,
quick.
I've got this.
We'll just indwell a Saurian, it'll be fine. Or Silali will take care of it, which will be even more fine. Well?
What the? How is that even? Guys, get over here, quick! There's nothing scary about this. It's just,
Truly mysterious.
Surely that's not...
A Saurian ghost! There's nothing scary about this, it's just a ghost. No wonder Nyan described him as light and floaty. He really is instantly recognizable, not like any other Kukasaur I've ever seen. This must be Milray's mysterious friend then, the one spreading the rumors about the sacred flame crystals beguiling human hearts.
Wait, shouldn't he have returned to the ley lines? Haven't they been fixed?
Unless you
there are
didn't want
many
to return.
possible reasons, but right now it seems that our priority is...
So why have you been tailing me, bro? If it's treatment you want, can't do much for you, man. Sorry.
You are already dead.
He ran off.
Do you think he wants us to follow him?
Well, whether he wants to or not, we are gonna follow him.
If only we had a Kukathosaurus on hand.
Hey, that's a good point. Where is Kakuku today?
Eaten.
He was so spooked last night that he rattled through every single word he's ever learned and then fainted. He was still out cold when I left.
All right, enough chit-chat. Let's just follow him. It looks like he wants to take us somewhere.
Alright, you follow the little Kukasaur spirit who leads you to much further away than you'd expected. Alright. Hello?
Looks like he's finally stopped.
Why have you brought us here?
To kill us, surely. Take us out back and shoot us.
So, is there something buried here, or what? You want us to dig it up?
That was a little nod. I guess that's a yes. After some energetic digging, you've unearthed an old weathered box.
These are...
Woven scrolls, yes. Albeit very crudely made, and heavily time-worn as a result. Still, they're just about legible. They seem to document the very last Bloomflower trials that took place centuries ago?
Well, there we go.
But why would these be here? Come,
Someone
let's
wanted to
read them
hide
together.
these, I
These
guess?
might just contain the answers we've been searching for this whole time.
So, have you figured out a way to save him?
Indeed, I have. As far as I can tell, we need ocean zephyrs and sacred flame crystals. That's about it.
Instead of saving
great
the little
news.
guy, you made him into a ghost.
Don't worry, little guy. You'll be better in no time.
Sag. That's the same one who just led us here.
Well, it's not every day that the chief himself drops by to check in on your Saurian buddy. Not so busy these days, huh?
You know I'd come even if I was. You're my brother, man. I heard you've been beside yourself since Antu fell ill, so I was worried about you.
So these are the ones that had a falling out, huh?
I mean, Antu means the world to me. I promised to stay by his side until the day he's fully grown, ready to spread his wings and soar freely through the skies. I mean, with him around, I've never felt lonely traveling through Natlan. Sometimes he's happy, and other times he's sad. Sometimes he has tantrums, but then he'll curl up beside me when I'm down.
Aww.
And right now, he needs me more than ever. I'll draw upon everything I've ever learned to help him get through this.
Even turning him into a ghost if I have to.
I salute your courage and wisdom, brother. But these sacred flame crystals you mentioned, are you sure they'll do the job?
Oh?
Well, I've studied the essence of the sacred flame and read various related scrolls. Sacred flame crystals are born from intertribal conflict. Back when the tribes were somewhat united, they would occasionally hold Bloomflower trials in order to obtain them.
And now they're united again, so we gotta
Seems
hold the
like
trials
I've still
again.
Got lots to learn, despite being chief. So, how can we use them? Is
So
it
back when
really
the
worth
tribes were
holding a
just
whole
constantly
competition
fighting
just to get
against
our
each
hands on
other,
some?
there were a lot more of those crystals
Research
to go
on
around,
sacred flame
huh?
crystals has been patchy to say the least, so there's never been a definitive conclusion. What we know for sure is that they can be used to treat certain chronic phlogiston-related illnesses. Others also say that they can be used to enhance a warrior's strength. There's something.
Enhance a warrior's strength.
Oh boy. And this
It's
is where it all went
speculative
downhill.
at best. We need to analyze an actual specimen to know for sure.
He wanted to help his Saurian
As
body,
far
and
as
the
I'm
other one was
concerned,
like,
as long
ooh,
as they can be
strength, you
used to cure
say?
Antu's illness, that's enough. Nothing else matters.
So you asked the chiefs of all the tribes to send people to take part in a scaled-down version of the Bloomflower trials? Remarkable that they agreed, given it wasn't so long ago that we were at each other's throats.
I mean, the trials are another way to be at
Tensions
each
are
other's
running high
throats,
right now.
just in a more healthy
If I were
way.
you, I wouldn't have had the courage to even ask.
I know, but I had no other choice. Fortunately, I've treated patients from every tribe, so the chiefs agreed as a way of returning the favor. With all this ongoing strife, it's been a long time since we've worked together on anything. This might be a good chance for reconciliation. Fighting side by side for a common cause? that's the way Natlan was always meant to be.
Let's hope so. By the way, what's with all this baggage? Heading out on a long journey or something?
I'm heading out to search for ocean zephyrs. In the meantime,
Alright, yeah,
I'll
they needed
leave
that
the trials
too,
in your
after
capable
all.
hands. Just please make sure it all goes smoothly.
And let me guess, he handled the trials,
Come
but he
on,
took the
that goes
crystals
without
to
saying.
enhance his strength instead.
Rest assured,
Or
I'm
tried
your
to do
brother
that.
after all.
And then the little bro,
Thank
bro
you.
comes back and is like,
And Antu,
"No, you
be good
used
while
them
I'm gone,
instead of
okay?
helping my
Once I return
Saurian
with the ingredients, you'll be
companion."
back on your feet and running around in no time.
And then they had their falling out, and the end.
Himara, how could you stoop so low, ambushing us on the field like that?
Ambushing? You've no one but yourself to blame for underestimating us. So what's all this fuss about?
Oh god. So these trials
Even if that was
escalated
remotely
a
true,
bit, huh?
your guys went way over the line. 7 of our warriors were so badly injured that they're still out cold as we speak. The Flower Feather clan must compensate us for our losses. Hand over the sacred flame crystals.
And that's how they
And what, we'll hand
came
him
to the
over after
conclusion
all
of the
that?
fact that they
Just
beguile
because you
human
waggled
hearts.
some fingers and said some angry words.
Didn't you claim that we're holding these trials to save a sick Saurian? Take what's necessary for the treatment, then return us the rest.
Say something, Amara. We're not leaving until you give us some answers.
Oh boy.
If the other elders were here, they wouldn't waste their time on such puerile questions. If anything, I just wish we'd managed to collect more crystals. There are always people who think they're so clever. So many contestants were just pocketing the ones they got in the trials. I'll bet your chiefs all have sweet little personal stashes too, huh?
Yeah, okay,
Everyone
I
was
guess
in a frenzy,
these
snatching the crystals
these trials
up wherever
kind
and
of
whenever they could.
reignited the
We're
flames
hardly
of
the
conflict
only
between
winners.
the tribes in a way.
I wouldn't even call
Get
us
it?
the biggest
the
ones.
flames. Haha. Pyro Nation.
You what?
I get it now. Snatching the spoils while using the Bloomflower trials to weaken the other tribes. You planned this all along. Ugh, that Nampol. Can't believe I trusted him.
The children of Echoes will not forget this. Let's go!
Except they would forget it, because none of this was properly documented for most people.
Brother, where's Antu?
Wandered off, apparently.
Oh, you're back. Come, sit down. I'll explain everything.
Look, no need for that. I only came back to ask. Are the rumors true?
Rumors? What rumors?
Shit went down when the trials
That the
happened.
Bloomflower trials spiraled into an all-out bloodbath, sparking a heated dispute among the chiefs. And that no one was bothered in the slightest about Antu. By the time anyone noticed, he was already gone.
Well?
How could you lie to me, Amara? You promised you'd make sure the Bloomflower trials went smoothly. Why would you resort to such underhanded tactics?
You think I had a choice? As soon as one person broke the rules, the whole thing became a free-for-all. Playing by the rules gets you nowhere in this world. If I hadn't taken things into my own hands, another tribe would have just swooped in and seized the winnings for themselves.
You could have all
These
mutually
secret
agreed
flame
and
crystals.
said, hey, that person broke
They
the
have
rules.
limitless potential.
They're disqualified.
I, for one, wouldn't miss a chance to strengthen our tribe.
I won't debate ethics with you. Where are the sacred flame crystals? Give me some. I'm going to search for Antu.
And all used up?
I've put them all into our research.
Of course.
You did what?
I did set some aside for Antu in the beginning, but he ran off, didn't he? So there was no longer any need.
What a great brother.
He's your companion, yes. But the life of a single Saurian is nothing compared to the future of our tribe.
Honestly, I just kill him right here. Screw family connections. You're dead. Knife straight to the heart.
You've certainly proven yourself a worthy chief, Imara. Your name will no doubt be etched into the hearts of the Flower Feather clan for generations to come. Just remember this. No excuses can hide the harm your greed has inflicted. All the hope and trust that that little guy placed in you, placed in me, you'll never know what that feels like.
Wait, Numpel! Where are you going?
Yeah, what a great brother that one was.
Antu! Antu, it's me! Please, answer me.
And that's when you were... No? Okay. Not yet a ghost.
Antu, are you okay? Oh, look at you out here all on your own. I'm so sorry, Antu.
Yeah, it makes sense that this is where the rumors started.
I'll think of another way.
Beguile the hearts.
After that, I left the Flower Feather clan and lived here on this hill with Antu. He was running out of time. I took him from tribe to tribe, begging them to spare some sacred flame crystals, our last hope. But no one believed me anymore. I begged them again and again, enduring sneers, insults, even beatings.
Guess all the tribal chiefs just sucked ass. Great. Good to know. All the tribal chiefs of the time were nothing but assholes.
Antu's time came. In those last few days, he seemed consumed by an overwhelming sorrow. And then I realized it wasn't just the sickness weighing him down, no. Remorse filled his gaze. I remember once, over at the Children of Echoes, someone approached us with a sacred flame crystal, flaunting it before quickly putting it away.
Ah, this is what you're after, is it? Dream on. Go beg your brother for some. How many did he snatch up for himself? He's the one who put you up to this whole I'm a victim charade, wasn't he? I don't buy it.
Honestly, what is it with... Again, realistic portrayal, everyone in the world is just a bunch of assholes, and Genshin betrays that quite accurately.
Antu harbored a deep and intense hatred for the sacred flame crystals. Whenever he saw one, he would muster up every last ounce of his dwindling strength in trying to destroy it.
I mean, he saw what those crystals
after
did
Antu's
to,
death that I finally guessed at the truth.
you know, the family bond and everything.
He must have witnessed people fighting over the crystals without comprehending why. Unable to fathom how those once cheerful humans had turned from best of friends to worst of enemies, he concluded that they must have been corrupted by the sacred flame crystals themselves. In Antu's eyes, the only reason they'd started collecting sacred flame crystals in the first place had been to save his life. If I hadn't been there, none of this would have ever happened. He carried this guilt with him until the very end. I too shall be bound by guilt for the rest of my days. If only I had taken part in the trials myself. If only I'd seen the greed in Amara's eyes, or even came back just a little bit sooner.
Again, it just proves that 90% of people are just a bunch of assholes.
I have immersed myself in the
game,
study of medicine and spent my life
apparently
healing all
sometimes in
kinds
real
of
life
Saurians.
too.
I buried Antu here on this hill, where I too one day shall rest. Before my own time comes, I've recorded all of this on these crudely woven scrolls in the belief that the truth should not lie buried. May those who come long after us learn from our errors, lest they repeat them.
Then why did you hide that stuff if people were supposed to learn from it?
May the Natlan of their day be united as one, free once and for all from bloodshed and strife.
And yet you hit the scrolls where people might not find them. Ain't that just lovely?
born of guilt.
Hey, that's what this act is called.
So the non-pole from the scrolls was Aoife's ancestor? And that little Cuckoosaur spirit was once his Saurian companion?
Seems so. That's why he's been following you around, Aoife. Even though he doesn't like appearing in front of anyone else, he senses something familiar in you.
Well, ain't that
No wonder
something
there weren't
fun?
any records of the last Bloomflower trials. If anything corrupts the human heart, it's greed. And who'd want to immortalize the memory of a scandal by which all 6 tribes were tainted? The bitter irony is that the sacred flame crystals turned out to be nowhere near as miraculous as they believed. All that scheming, after what proved to be nothing more than a hollow fantasy.
Damn.
Hey, where's that little Cuckoosaur going?
Maybe he's gone to rest
Look,
properly.
over there.
No?
Do you think he's sad? Or maybe he's lost in his memories?
I'll go hang out with him for a bit.
Thanks. I might need a breather over here. I regret lingering for centuries, unfolding like this before my eyes. Can't believe I'm just now hearing my ancestor's story. Now I know why we became vets too. I gotta think this through. What should I do? What can I even do?
Well, you can help the currently sick Saurian by just, you know, we do our thing. Throw off the quickest on quietly on the hillside, unlike onto quietly alone. How? It's to death what might be thinking. It's time that I went and asked him. I hate this! I hate this! Seriously, every single time Genshin does this stupid bullshit where they advance the text immediately without giving you any chance to read. And every single time I think again, why the fuck do I play this game when it constantly does stuff that makes me just want to uninstall it? Like, okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but it's just annoying that it does it constantly. Like, there's a... With how much fucking money HoYoverse is making, you'd think they could at the very least, make sure that the game is fully playable and enjoyable, and not have bullshit segments like that, to this day, that they still refuse to fix. On to. I'm honestly serious, a big part of me really just wants to drop Genshin, but again, I am way too committed to it at this point to drop it. Which is why I'm saying that once the story concludes, like once we're done with Naya and everything, doesn't matter if they're gonna do like a big whole part 2 thing to the story or anything, I'm not gonna play that. If the main story concludes, I am officially done with this game. Doesn't matter what they add afterwards.
Aren't you that blonde guy from just now? Hey, is this your real form? You can turn yourself into a human? That's amazing. Can you teach me how you do it? I want to talk to the humans, but they don't like me.
You still remember what happened back then?
Only bits and pieces. I remember being in a lot of pain. I remember how worried my good friend Nampol was. Afterwards, the pain stopped and my body felt so light, but I couldn't find him anymore. I hid and searched. I searched without end. My body kept getting colder and colder, like I was freezing to death. Luckily, I found a nice cozy cave where I huddled up and slept for ages. When I woke up again, the world seemed completely different.
A cave?
Yeah, and there were all these strange patterns on the walls. Some of them even looked a bit like me.
Could he mean the remnants of the secret source? That's the closest place to the Night Kingdom. Maybe his soul hasn't faded away yet because he was hibernating there.
When I came out of the cave, I saw that those evil monsters had returned, so I went to help. That's how I met Milray and Nyan. The 3 of us had them running in circles, haha. Once I showed my friends the way, those monsters didn't stand a chance of catching them. Eventually, those monsters all disappeared. And then I faintly heard the sound of Mampol's voice calling out for me to come to him.
monsters appeared. That must have been after the final battle against the Abyss. The ley lines had been restored, so at this point, he could have returned to the Night Kingdom. But you didn't go to him?
I wanted to, but then Milray came down with the same illness I had. And I was so worried for him. Nampol said that sacred flame crystals were required for the cure, but those crystals are evil. As soon as they got their hands on them, even the closest of friends would get into the most vicious arguments. Everyone started acting so strangely, like they'd all been bewitched.
So, you think it was all caused by the sacred flame crystals?
What else could it have been? They were all such good friends before, and they used to care about me too. It's all because of those evil crystals. I wish I could cast every last one of them into a volcano. But we need them to cure Milray. What should we do?
Just as Nampol concluded in his scroll, Antu misunderstood the real cause of the strife. It wasn't the power of the sacred flame crystals to bewitch human hearts, but rather human greed and scheming. But what can we do now for this poor little creature? Should I tell him the truth? From his standpoint, would knowing the truth even make any difference?
What's wrong, big bro? You seem a bit down.
I'm okay. Let's head back to where the others are. Antu's eyes are full of such heartfelt concern. I don't know what to tell him. The times have changed, and so have the people. He's the only one still trapped in the past. It's time to move on to the next plane. But first, we must return to everyone else.
Never thought I'd have the chance to meet my ancestor's Saurian companion. It's a pretty cool feeling. Wouldn't you say so, bro?
Can he
Cute little
understand
thing.
what you're saying?
Kinda. I can pick up on Antu's vibes, just like he catches ours, but that's pretty much it. That's just how it is with Saurian companions. You have to spend a lot of time together to
gotta
develop an
understand
intuitive
each other
bond.
without words.
If my ancestor were here, I'm sure they'd vibe way easier.
But yeah, Genshin is sorry to
In
say,
other words, he wouldn't
when
understand
Genshin
even
eventually
if we
gets dropped,
discussed
it's not like I'm
everything
gonna
that
pick
went on
up
back
Star
then
Rail
in
or
front of
Triple
him,
Z.
right?
I'm gonna be happy to be back down to one
I'm not
gacha
even
game
sure
once
if
I'm
that's
done
a
with
good
Genshin.
thing or a bad thing.
I think it's probably better if he doesn't understand. I know that running from your problems isn't the way to solve them, and that we should face up to the challenges in our lives. But even if we told him the truth, wouldn't it only distress him more than he already is?
That's right. The people responsible, the ones who should have apologized to him, are no longer around. All the truth would do is tear open old wounds and sadden him all over again.
Isn't there anything we could do to help him forget his sorrow and find hope once more?
There is no hope. There is only despair.
Just like Nampol, I've spent a lot of time studying Saurian psychology. They can be a bit slow sometimes, but they're razor sharp at others. They don't get complex human language, but they get a lot just from reading our eyes. In short, young Saurians are just like children. On one hand, they rely on their human companions. On the other, they really want to prove their worth. Helping people makes them happy, and feeling like a burden makes them sad. So, the best move isn't to get stuck on the truth of what happens, but to help make his current wishes come true.
Gotta help another Saurian to recover.
His wishes?
For example, Antu, you decided to stay here because of Milray and Nyan, right?
So we got
You're
a
a smart
cure.
kid.
We gotta cure
Sacred
Milray.
flame crystals are bad, bad things that cause endless arguments among good friends. But now, after hundreds of years, we finally found a way to beat them. Will you join forces with us to cleanse the evil inside them so we can save your buddy together?
Interesting approach. You want to turn a lie into the truth, huh?
I'll turn this lie into the truth. Straight up Danganronpa line. Can we even be sure he understands you?
Actually, I didn't really understand either. Is there really some kind of evil power inside the sacred flame
No,
crystals?
there's an evil power inside the human hearts.
Dear child. Come. Let Granny explain it to you.
The group has a quick strategy huddle.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, I'll do my best.
Not so fast. Hate to break it to you, But the three of us can't make this happen. Let's meet up at the stadium in 2 days. We'll spread the word and see who's willing to play along.
Alright.
As for making Antu understand, Kakuku can help out. They'll have an easier time communicating.
Once Kakuku actually feels like returning. And that's Act 2 complete. Now it's time for Act 3, presumably the finale. Waiting, I assume? Oh. Don't tell me! Act 3 isn't available yet. No way. No way! 4 hours. I actually started an event before it was complete? How rare. How rare that I thought for sure it would be done. No, I'm 1 day too early. I am 1 day too early.
Where many things come to settle.
You know what, in that case, we'll split it up a little bit and instead we'll go ahead and do this. That seems fair enough, right? Whatever works. We'll go ahead and start with the new Tribal Chronicles then. Hello, new character. We already ran into you before.
Hello there.
Huh?
Cow.
Wait, you're the Traveler in Paimon! I've been waiting for you.
Oh, you have?
Whoa, you know us?
Why would it be so surprising that people know us at this point?
Wait, but did we even tell anyone we were coming to the Collective of Plenty?
I mean, we obviously were gonna come here at some point.
You didn't know? Coach Yan-san said she invited you to our tribe, so I came out here to wait for you while I did some training.
Well, we're here now.
Now you're actually here. I can't believe it. This is great.
Surely we're not that big of a deal.
Oh, but we are.
You're the heroes who defeated the Abyss. You're a huge deal to everyone in Natlan. I've heard the story of Tumaini so many times I can practically recite it by heart.
Oh boy.
I've been
Again
so
though, why would
excited
we
to meet you ever
why
since
would we
Coach
be
Yan-san
surprised
told
that
me you
we're
might be coming.
famous?
Oh, my name's Veressa, by the way. Not sure if Coach mentioned me before.
Nope.
Oh yeah, the name
Nope.
sounds familiar.
It does not sound familiar to me.
Abyss invasion,
But
we asked
again, I
Yan-san if the
have
Collective
horrible
of Plenty
memories, so
needed any
whatever.
help, but she said that Veressa had it all under control.
Did that happen? Okay, sure, I guess that did happen. Must be, which means you must be an impressive warrior yourself.
Not really. It was all Uncle Cuddle. All I did was clear out a few monsters. Just thinking about the invasion gives me chills even now. But that's in the past. The Collective of Plenty fared pretty well, all things considered. We finished our repairs, so now it's just a matter of helping out the other tribes.
Alright then.
Come on. I'll take you to our camp.
Let's have a look around.
Great,
And get to meet this new tribe over here. Ardent Land of Plenty. The Mushroom Realm Mystery.
Oh, just a heads up. The volcano sometimes sends rocks crashing into this area. We call them pulverite.
Good to know.
Oh, here's one. Want to give it a try?
That was just the...
In a million years.
What was that? What was that? Paimon's voice line just got
Shoulders if you
randomly
want.
cut off.
Or your feet. Or even your head.
I hate...
Doesn't change anything.
Again, there's so many things that I hate about this game. Voice lines randomly getting cut off just because I'm walking. Just... random just the lack of voice acting that's been going on for like half a year. The text that keeps automatically advancing before you have a chance to properly read it.
There's another one over there. Want to give it a try?
And I gotta actually stop completely, just to be sure. Like, I have to stand still. Whenever a voice line triggers, I have to stand perfectly still until they're finished talking, because otherwise, you're guaranteed to get to skip stuff.
I use it all the time.
Honestly makes me wonder how a big company like HoYoverse can mess up this badly on their game.
Kind of hard to explain. Let me show you instead. Here goes nothing.
I know there's a lot of people that don't care about the story and just skip through everything anyway. Cutscene. Was not expecting a cutscene immediately. Normally that only happens in the finale of any story.
And she sticks the landing!
It was a short one, but still. Anyway, as I was saying, I know a lot of people just skip through the story anyway. That doesn't mean you have permission to make the story completely unenjoyable for anyone who actually does want to go through the story.
No. Anyone can do it with a bit of practice. You made it across without any training at all. That's a lot more incredible than anything I can do.
Oh, well, Paimon can fly, but you've got a point.
Well, moving on. Should have jumped. But I was too late on the space bar. Guess I gotta stand still now. Otherwise it'll skip lines.
A rock could crush us at any moment?
Well, not
I hate
at
this.
any
I
moment.
want to keep walking forward, but I know if I do, it'll end up skipping
Many
lines again,
adventurers
most
come here
likely.
and never even get to see it. So, I wouldn't worry
Which
too much.
again is bullshit game design.
Yeah, okay.
Which is horrible for a company that makes this much money. Honestly, for how much I complain about this game, I feel like anyone looking at this will think it's a miracle that I haven't dropped it yet, and I'm actually still actively playing it as new updates release.
Oh, come on! Seriously?
Don't be scared. Just charge straight at it.
What? Thanks for that. I can't believe you smashed something that big in a single hit.
It was nothing.
Can't move
All it takes is a bit of
until
training.
they're done. You done? Okay, I'm gonna keep moving then.
Hilly churls? It's too much of a hassle to deal with them. Let's just ram straight through.
Fair enough. I'm probably supposed to just, you know, take over one of the Saurians here and then just use these to run.
I think we can call that a success.
Wow, you gave them the same treatment as that giant rock!
Alright, then we're at the statue. I already went to this earlier. And then we continue on. And here we go. We made it to the Collective of Plenty. And suddenly it was daytime.
Home sweet home. We made it! Welcome to the Collective of Plenty.
Whoa! This place is so cool! That platform shaped like the head of a bull is awesome!
That's the Resonating Arena. It's where we hold all our competitions.
Thanks for bringing us here.
Don't mention it. It was no trouble at all. I wish I could show you around, but I need to get home.
Oh, did you remember something important? You really hit the ground running when we ran into those hilly trails back there.
Hope we didn't hold you up.
Oh, no, not at all. We made it in time. There's just something important I have to do. The most important thing after training. The post-workout meal.
Oh, now you're
Otherwise,
speaking
I'll
Paimon's
be a
language.
lethargic, dizzy, hunger-addled mess. The perils of an empty stomach.
Yeah, Paimon knows the knows the perils of an empty stomach.
Anyway, I'm sorry, but I gotta
Oh,
get some
boy.
food in me. Like, yesterday. You should grab something too. We can meet back up at the arena. See you soon.
Whoop. And
she's off.
yep, that's speed over there. Some real speed.
Wow, talk about whiplash. 1 second she's chill and laid back, and then the next she's charging headfirst into danger. Literally.
It's the spirit of youth.
The spirit of youth. Sure, whatever you say, old-timer.
Hey,
Paimon thinks
I'm
we're
Gramps
still
after
young.
all.
Anyway, why don't we take a look around in the meantime? We can head to the arena in a little bit. The view must be amazing from up there.
Yeah, what an amazing view. I already see the viewpoint. Act 1 complete. And we'll do Act 2 as well. However, Act 3 will likely take a while, because Act 3 is always longer in these. So I'm not quite sure we'll be doing that. I can probably... Ah, no, I can't teleport yet. I actually have to walk there first. So if I go around, then I can get that teleport and then walk up the path to get to the quest. Or I could just walk straight through here and hope that that works. Walk around so I don't trigger that. Well, next character, I don't have enough primos, nor do I have enough patience to deal with the Genshin BS. There is a lot of Genshin BS, sadly. Really wish there wasn't. Oh, right, up there. I can climb over here, so that's good. And then I guess... It's over this way, okay. So I go around the back. We got the chill music. Ah! Reputation unlocked, so I can now also probably teleport here. Perfect. Alright, slow and steady progress. Whoa. Now that's a serious fight over there that I don't want to get involved in. We meet again, hello.
Oh, you're here already.
Oh, that was quick.
My dad whipped up something fantastic as always. He's a great cook. He can turn any protein or vegetable into something delicious.
No wonder you look so refreshed. That's the power of a good meal.
That's right. I was hoping to bring Uncle Akatl with me, but he wasn't home. So I guess you're stuck with me.
Sag.
Uncle Akatl
When
is
do
our
I
chief,
ever
by the
want to
way.
be stuck with an
Who
actual
better than
new
the
character?
chief to introduce you to the tribe, right? I've never given an official
Ow.
tour before.
Hi Dev, how's it
so
going?
I'm thinking I'll just
Hope you're having a decent day.
explain things as we go along. Is that okay?
Of course,
Thanks
that
for the
sounds
pats.
great.
Okay,
I'm in a new area, talking to a new
Then
character.
let's start
Hooray.
in that direction.
Orchid Repose, Act 2 started. You're chilling? Nice, we can do some chilling. Just having a fun chill time then. Yoink. Honestly, I want to say I'm chilling, but I am, as always, complaining a lot about this game. Constantly. And I will keep complaining about this game constantly until they fix all their shit.
There.
Or I drop
See
the
that
game,
fruit
whichever
stand out
happens
front?
first.
My house is right behind it.
But honestly, at this point, since they haven't
stand in
fixed
front
their
of your
shit in
house?
so long,
Does that mean you grow the fruit yourselves?
chances are
You
they'll
guessed
be
it.
done with the
My
story,
family runs a huge
and I'll drop
orchard.
it before they'll ever
We
bother
live
fixing
really close to the
anything.
main entrance of the tribe. So
Like
every
they're
morning I
automatically
wake up to the
advancing
sound
text
of all the people and carts on the road.
On black screens,
That's also
that
when my
advances
parents start
before you
work.
can read it.
So that's how I know it's time to get up.
And then you all work in the orchard together.
Well, knowing it's time to get up and actually doing it are two separate things.
Also, that is just relatable. Actually getting up, horrible. Hate that.
Most of the time, I end up curling under the covers and falling back asleep.
Oh, Paimon gets you. Sleeping in is the best kind of sleep. Plus, when you have the Traveler to wake you up, it's no big deal.
Next time, I'm sleeping in and you can wake me up.
No, that was just a joke. Don't scare Paimon like that, Traveler.
Well, maybe you can both sleep in sometime. Once I get up, I usually help my parents around the house, head out for training, then come home for lunch. After lunch is when my parents do their delivery runs. So then it's my turn to work in the orchard.
That should be about now, right?
Oh, Paimon would love to see the orchard. Can you show us?
Sure thing! We'll go right after this. But first, come with me.
Where to? Pointing. Pointing in random direction. Let's go. In that direction. Honestly, very chill considering they're right at the foot of an active volcano. Like, it's one thing to be living near a volcano, right? But this thing is super active. And they're living right here. How are they not constantly terrified? I mean, it does look pretty chill down here, but I'd be scared shitless if I had to live here. Oh, Yan-san. Hello there.
Oh, Coach Yan-san. Are you here to do some training?
Nope, just doing some maintenance on the equipment here while I have some time.
Oh, it's you two! Welcome to the Collective of Plenty.
We have arrived.
Look, I bought this at the stadium the other day.
Wait, we've seen that graffiti design before.
Nice to know my merchandise is
It's
selling.
not easy to get your hands on one of these. I had to wait in a super long line.
Ooh, I bought a top with that design too. I hung it up right next to my bed.
That's me, alright.
Ooh, you should sign it for me sometime. It would mean the world to me.
Oh, I meant to ask, what brings you out here anyway?
I'm just swinging by because the event is not fully
We're
finished.
just doing some adventuring. We don't have any concrete plans. We ran into Veressa on the road, and she was nice enough to lead us the rest of the way. She's even giving us a tour.
Very kind.
It's my pleasure.
Still keeping up with your training, Veressa? No slacking, I hope.
Yes, Coach. Did 3 full shuttle runs, just as you instructed, Coach.
Good. Then we'll continue with the training plan. As for your diet, actually, no dieting for now. As you are.
Well,
Feel
ain't
free
that
to use
lovely.
any of the equipment around here. But if you're planning to do strength
Honestly,
training,
I gotta
make
figure
sure
out when
you
to
have
do
a
the next
spotter.
Genshin stream.
Of course.
I
Don't
think
need to
2
tell me
this
twice,
week would be a
Coach.
bit much for me, so I'll have to schedule the next Genshin
Special
stream for
diet a
next
huge
week.
part of bodybuilding? Veressa doesn't need one?
So,
kind of a
again,
long
that means the
story.
Tribe 9 stream will be pushed back
you
a little
could
bit
say
further.
Veressa is among the select
I'll see
few
if
who
I
have a
can
natural
do 2
gift.
extra streams
When she
next
first
week, but
started
this
training
week
with
we
me,
will only
I
have
started
this
her on a standard training
bonus
regimen
stream, and
and wrote
that's
out a
it.
simple recipe plan to give to her father.
But it left me so hungry. I couldn't even muster up the energy to make it to class.
Yeah, that was my fault. It was just your average nutrition plan, but Veressa's metabolism is something else. Once I studied her eating habits, I was able to tailor it to her needs.
Also, having
Yeah,
having a
Coach
good
is really
metabolism
thoughtful that
is
way.
definitely a good
Now
thing.
I feel like I'm
I'll
making
tell you
real
that much.
progress. And the training and
You
classes
can just
are a lot more
eat,
fun.
and eat, and not put on any
Vanessa
weight.
is currently my top student. She can lift even more than me.
Wait, but you're the coach and the victor of the pilgrimage.
Don't sound so surprised. This kind of thing is really common in the fitness world. Everyone starts from a different baseline.
Wow, that's amazing! Paimon would have never guessed.
I'm not exaggerating either. Vanessa is extremely strong. All she needs is a bit more confidence.
Oh, well, it's just because Coach is a great teacher. It didn't take much effort at all.
Just further proof that you're a natural.
Oh, believe me, I'm not. I mean, sure, I can face a few monsters and lift some heavy training equipment.
And casually
But
make Ian-san feel
I'm
confident that
useless
everything
when it
here
comes
was
to fighting
safe.
other people. I'm scared
Even
I'll
during
hurt
the war.
someone.
Oh, that makes sense. But what about the pilgrimage?
I've never placed or even made it out of the team stage. I'm not good at fighting actual people.
When it comes to power, it's all about control. Take these weights, for example. It takes strength to lift them, yes, but also to control
They do
the
be
weight
pretty
when you set them
massive.
down. True mastery means
Hey,
control
Ian-san,
during
can you
both
lift those
motions.
weights?
I know that, and I can do it just fine during training.
They're bigger than your body.
But whenever I have to face a real person, I start to doubt myself.
That will come with time.
Thanks. I appreciate the support. As long as I keep training, I'm sure I'll get it eventually. Well, we should get going, Coach. I told the Traveler and Paimon I would show them around the orchard.
Sounds good. I hope you enjoy your time here.
Ah, that goes also right to the teleport point, so I can unlock it. Nice. Yoink. Hello there.
Good girl, Vanana. Thanks for guarding the house.
Banana want
Now
banana.
let me take a good look at you. Did you have another growth spurt?
They be big.
Hey, I
Not
was
as
just
big as
taking
some
a
other
look, not
Saurians
inviting
we've
you to
seen, but
wrestle.
big.
Next time, okay? Oh, this is Vanana. She keeps watch over the orchard when no one's here. She's a tough little thing, but also a clingy baby at heart.
Did you say little? She certainly doesn't look it.
Maybe little by standard of the
Anyway,
species? I
this
don't know.
is my family's
they all
orchard.
Look the same to me.
Come
I
on,
know
I'll show
racist
you
or
around.
anything, or speciesist or whatever. But they do all look the same. It's just how it be.
Whoa! It's even bigger than Paimon imagined! Look at all the fruit! It looks delicious.
I'm gonna steal all of that whenever I need
This
food.
is the Collective of Plenty,
I
after
can just
all.
pick it whenever I
Being
want.
so close to the volcano makes the soil extra fertile. So everything that grows around here is amazing. Especially the fruit. We sell a lot to the other tribes, give some to family and friends, and keep the rest for ourselves.
Well, if you have to live next to a volcano, at least you get something good out of it.
That's right. But since we're here, why don't we pick some and have ourselves a little snack?
Guess we
Wait,
will do
but
that then.
Didn't you just eat?
I guess we can
Yeah,
always eat
but
more.
There's
Yeah.
always room for dessert. Plus, we don't have to pick that many. A few dozen should do it.
A few dozen?
You know that fruit stand in front of my house? Well, as a kid, whenever my dad was working at the stand, I would tug on his shirt and ask for a piece of fruit.
I would
Flashback.
scarf it down in a
Aw,
heartbeat and then ask for
look
another.
at the little one.
Before long, people would gather around just to watch. My dad told me I made the fruit look so delicious, more and more people started coming to our stand, which, of course, made me want to eat even more. The customers would ruffle my hair and say, "It's good to have a healthy appetite. You'll grow up big and strong for sure."
And she did turn out very strong, didn't she?
I mean, what kid doesn't like a compliment? So I would smile, which would get my dad to smile. And then my mom, too.
Aw, that's so cute! Plus, free fruit whenever you want. Jealous!
With all that said, it also helped that our fruit actually tastes really good. And I'm
Would
not
be a
just
shame
saying
if it
that.
didn't.
You'll see what I mean in a minute. Oh, and there's an epic feast showdown in a few days, so we're providing a bunch of the fruit for the desserts.
Epic Feast Showdown?
Oh, sorry. It's basically a speed eating contest.
Oh,
We
boy.
need to prepare a ton of ingredients.
Think Paimon could
So
partake
don't worry
in that?
about anything going to waste. Okay, let's get picking.
Alright. Where should we start? Why is there a mushroom over there?
Yeah, that's something new.
Oh, that kind of mushroom. They kind of appeared out of nowhere when we first planted the orchard. They grow really fast and don't require any water or fertilizer. Oh, and the flavor is amazing.
Is it
You can
now?
grill them, stir fry them, or even eat them raw. The flavor has almost
Raw
a
mushrooms. I mean, what kind of...
taste to it.
Do they have any kind of
mushroom that tastes
interesting
like a
effects?
fruit?
Or is it just
That's a new one.
casual good flavor? Maybe it absorbs nutrients from the nearby fruit trees?
Yeah, that could be. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, if it tastes like a fruit, then it fits right in. Who cares where it came from? Go ahead.
Intriguing.
Pick as much as you want. Might as well get some mushrooms too, and I'll whip up something to eat.
Okay then. Limited time, huh? Damn. I like how this has a specific, like, plump grain fruit, like it's the ripe... Yeah. They have specific quest name, a specific quest item, so you can't keep them. Specialty mushroom. Get the juicy apples. Oh, there's a few more over here. Wait, I could just... There we go. Pro strat. Just make them fall. Mushroom. Grab all this. Mushroom. Almost got it. Just a few more. There we go. And that's enough.
Whoa, that's quite the haul.
I could have grabbed more, you know.
Well, you need a bunch of ingredients for the eating competition, right? Thought we'd give you some help. Oh, and you were right about the fruit. Paimon tried one, and it was one of the sweetest, juiciest pieces of fruit Paimon has ever had. You must sell out every time. Also, Paimon tried one of the mushrooms too. In a weird way, it really did taste like a fruit. We should call them berry shrooms.
When it comes to food, Paimon's judgment never fails.
Well, Paimon had multiple nations worth of good food to refine her palate. Her taste buds never lie.
There's still one more nation we have to
Well,
visit,
thanks
Paimon,
to
and
your
then
help,
you're
we
a
can call it
true,
early today.
true culinary expert
promised you a meal,
across the
didn't I?
entirety of
I'll be
Teyvat.
right back.
Before long, Marisa places a piping hot mushroom dish in front of you.
I'm not the greatest cook, so it's nothing special. Still, high-quality ingredients are hard to mess up.
Don't sell yourself short. It looks great. Paimon can smell the umami from here.
Alright. Itadakimasu.
Whoa. This is completely different from the raw taste.
Definitely two distinct flavors.
I'm glad. This kind of mushroom is a favorite in the tribe, but it's not well known outside the Collective of Plenty. Actually,
Well,
we're
maybe
hoping
we
to
can
use the
spread it
upcoming
out a little bit
competition to
more.
introduce it to a wider
Yeah.
audience. Uncle Atoli has been coming up with new recipes like there's no tomorrow. Hey, you two should sign up. Only if you want to, of course.
What do you think, Paimon? Free food?
Oh, you mean the Epic Feast Showdown? Yeah, Paimon would love to sign up. She might not do very well, though.
Sad.
Don't worry.
Isn't eating one
You
of
can
the
tap
few
out at
things
any
you actually
time.
can do,
Nothing goes to
Paimon?
waste. I'll take care of anything you can't finish.
Oh, good. Wait, aren't you competing too? Oh, then Paimon doesn't stand a chance.
You never know until you try.
Yeah,
Besides,
no.
from what I just saw, it looks like you can hold your own. Well, anyway, winning isn't the point. Just think of it as an opportunity to try our local delicacies.
Yeah, Paimon will be all over that.
Oh, good point.
Guess I'll tag along.
Nice! Then let's sign up together! Time for Paimon to show these people what she's made of!
And that's Act 2 complete. That took like half an hour, so that was very quick, but as I said, the last one of these is normally longer. The last one of any of these quest lines is normally quite a bit longer, so that being the case, I'm not sure if I can really do that, so we could either A, end the stream half an hour early, or B, kind of what I think we should do, is just get started with this and see how far we will go. I do not plan to go over 3 hours today. So I'll just make some good progress, see when we hit a good spot to leave it off, right? And once we have found a good spot to leave it off, I will call it there. Let's have a look.
Oh, hey, you're here.
We are in fact here, yes.
It's been a while. When Varessa told me you signed up for the Epic Feast Showdown, I could barely believe
Has
it.
it been a while? We just saw each other in
Sounds
the
like
event.
Varessa might finally
Oh, well.
be in for a challenge this year.
Honestly, I'm not even that good.
What's wrong? Sounds like you're still half asleep.
Just, hungry. It's competition day, so gotta show up with an empty stomach.
Planning ahead.
Not much
Paimon
longer,
eat
Varessa.
already?
Atoli's firing up the ovens as we speak.
Got it. I can wait.
God damn it, that's basically making me hungry.
About the competition, usually you have to pay for the food if you don't finish. But when I heard you two were coming, I talked to Atoli and we agreed to waive your expenses.
Well, ain't that mighty generous, just because we're the hero of the nation. So, fair enough.
Awesome! Now we can just take it easy and box up whatever we don't finish!
Thanks, we appreciate the generosity.
Please, it's our pleasure. You've done so much for Natlan. Just think of it as a small token of gratitude. When the Abyss invaded, we weren't hit with large waves of monsters, but the volcano became unusually active.
Oh.
As the Guardians of Tolan, we couldn't stand by and do nothing, so we immediately dispatched a team to the summit. Varessa was a key member of that team. Varessa?
She's passed out, right? Oh, never mind.
Oh, right. Yes, I was there. I brought so many Saurus crackers with me that day. Sorry, not the point. There were abyss tumors all around the summit, agitating the magma and spawning all kinds of monsters. But once the Pyro Archon did her thing, we were able to smash them to smithereens.
It was an epic showdown, I imagine.
Looking back on it,
Too bad I couldn't be
the goal
there.
was probably to hold us up so we couldn't send reinforcements to the areas around the stadium.
Good point. Your tribe must be full of great warriors with all the training you do. The Abyss really is a cunning enemy.
Good thing we won.
Something about the
Again, the Abyss is still a
Guardians of
thing, though.
Toland?
Eventually, we'll have to kill them all. Whenever that becomes possible.
That is a duty our people have held for generations. The volcano is very important to us. It brings disaster, but also opportunity. Our people rose to the challenge of living in this environment. And in return, we get fertile soil and a thriving ecosystem.
That's right. The Natlanese are never ones to shy away from a challenge. Although, whenever we spot unusual volcanic activity, we always report it to the stadium.
Oh, so there's a lot more to this place than good food, huh? Hold on. Where did Veressa go? Wasn't she just here?
She died.
Oh, you
Lack
know,
of
I
food.
just saw her leave. I thought someone must have called for her.
My guess is that she followed the scent of the food straight to the kitchen.
Fair enough.
Let's go check on her. Paimon understands the torture of an empty stomach better than anyone.
I'll lead the way.
To the kitchen! Act 3. Field fungal traces. Yep, there she is.
Oh, that smell. So delicious. Juicy mushrooms.
Wait for her to
melted
start floating
cheese,
nose first.
mouth-watering steak.
Ah, look who it is. I thought I felt an intense energy around here. I know better than to get between you and your next meal. The food just needs a few more minutes. Here, this should tide you over in the meantime.
Wait, is this priest meat stew? Thank you, Uncle Atoli!
Just a little bit. Does that count towards the competition already? Or did you just fill up her stomach a tiny bit before the competition
Really did head
started?
straight for the kitchen. What's up? You seemed lost in your own world just now.
Oh, it's you. Sorry. I completely spaced out just now. The next thing I knew, I was all the way over here with a bowl of stew in my hands.
Don't worry about it. I think we can all guess what happened.
Yeah.
Prep took longer than usual, so I had to push back the competition. Sorry for making you wait, Veressa, especially on an empty stomach.
No worries, Uncle Atoli. Your delicious soup fixed me right up.
So,
Oh,
competition
that sounds more
start?
like the
When?
Veressa we know.
When
I
we
become
begin?
completely useless when I'm hungry. I really wanted to focus on the conversation back there, but no luck.
That's perfectly normal. It takes a lot of energy to train the way you do, so you need more food to make up for it.
And to be fair, when you're hungry, you're
You
hungry.
do know what I
There's
mean,
very
right?
little you can do.
Try to do too much on an empty stomach, and you end up feeling weak and lightheaded.
Oh boy.
Absolutely.
Paimon's been there before.
Absolutely, I get that.
When is the competition supposed to start? Not sure I can wait much longer.
One sec. I'll go check.
We're all set. Time to gather the contestants, Coddle. The showdown is about to begin.
Too bad you had to eat before the
Got
competition. Big sad.
Let's head to the venue. The food will be brought out shortly.
Finally! Oh, I'm so ready to dig in.
She'll probably still win easily. But let's start the competition. Yeah, she got a big plate. Did you see that? I mean, everyone's got pretty big plates around.
It smells so good. Veressa had the right idea. It's definitely worth the wait.
Yep, it looks great.
Yeah, we could maybe finish one portion between the two of us. And even that's a stretch. But one portion each? There's no chance.
Time to dig in.
Meanwhile...
Thanks for the food, Uncle Atoli.
Whoa, hold on. Varessa's
Yeah.
plate looks
Yeah.
completely different than ours.
That is, How?
I forgot to mention, the competition actually has 2 levels. The regular challenge and the Varessa challenge.
She
The
has her
Varessa
own
challenge
level.
is only for people who have completed the regular challenge in the past. It's named after Varessa because, well, so far, she's the only one who's been able to finish it.
Oh
You're
boy.
kidding. You had to invent a whole new challenge just for her?
Can I get some of that food?
Believe me, if Varessa competed in the same class as everyone else, the winner would be decided before the competition even started. What's the fun in that? Only one other person has come close to beating the Varessa challenge. And that would be the Pyro Archon herself.
Wait, you're saying Marika has done this before? And almost won? Did you see how big that plate was? That plate was bigger than Marisa herself. And Marika almost finished that?
Of course. She breezed through the normal level, but the Varessa challenge was still too much, even for her.
I can imagine.
Back then, it was all part of an investigation. You see, the Pyro Archon covers all expenses at the Weary Inn the night before the pilgrimage. And each time, Varessa's tab would show several dozen people's worth of food for a single person. The speaker's chamber thought something had to be wrong. Maybe there was a mistake in the accounts, or someone was trying to defraud the Archon.
So we had this
But
little challenge
once the
here,
Archon
huh?
finally saw Varessa's appetite in action, that was that.
Whoa. Okay, so
So she eats a
you're
lot,
saying
yes.
Malika had these portions, and she just breezed through?
It only get harder as the food gets cold.
You're right. Let's go.
Look at that monster over here. She's going in.
Tender, juicy, grilled.
Meanwhile, we have the
perfection.
serious face on.
Delicious. Oh, you gotta try this one too, Traveler. It's amazing. Oh, and this.
Must have been an interesting recording session.
Alright, that's it. Paimon taps out.
I won't give up. Never mind, we gave up.
And it doesn't look like we've made any progress. Oh, Paimon's ready to throw in the towel.
What happened to defending your honor? Keep going.
Okay, Paimon's tried as hard as she could, but this enemy is too strong.
Paimon losing when it comes to
Should be a
eating?
Paimon
Impossible.
challenge. Paimon's smaller than the rest of you. It's no fair for her portion to be the same.
Like your small body size has ever stopped you from eating in the past.
Let's hear it for Varessa, who has once again completed the challenge. And with a 10% increase in portion size, it's a new personal best.
Damn.
Well done, Varessa.
So where's the reward? Where's the reward? Just the food itself.
It's nothing. Uncle Atoli's food is just too good. I couldn't stop myself.
You actually finished it? Jeez, are you okay?
Huh? Why wouldn't I be?
Because that's a lot of food. That
don't
was
feel
more food than your...
Or
that
like you're
plate
gonna
was
throw
bigger
up?
than your entire body, again.
Paimon's so full it feels like she's gonna sink.
Oh, nope. I feel good, actually. Satisfied, you know?
Spoken like a true champion.
Thanks. This is my specialty, after all. Not that it's good for anything outside these competitions.
Very long pause there. I love long
If I'm
pauses.
honest,
I don't.
I'd rather be like you or Kochi-an-san.
A hero brave enough to stand against the abyss.
I mean, you helped out on the
Don't
volcano,
worry,
so there's
Veressa.
that.
For someone as talented as you, it's only a matter of time before you shine in the arena.
Eon-san, did you beat the challenge too?
Of course. The regular challenge is easy for me. I've attempted the Veressa challenge a few times too, but never even came close.
That's still pretty amazing.
Okay, there has to be more to this than just appetite. Is there some kind of trick?
Training.
At the end, it was like the meat turned into one big greasy blob, and it was so hard to keep going.
Oh, that's when you balance it out with some mushrooms. The ones from my orchard. Well, that's what I did anyway. As soon as the food came out, I set a few mushrooms to the side so they wouldn't soak up too much oil. Or get too mushy. That way, you have something fresh and fruity to balance it out.
So basically, variety while
Secret.
eating.
Use the mushrooms to cut through the heaviness.
That's right. You tried them yourselves, remember? If it tastes like a fruit, might as well use it like one. I think more people from outside the tribe would beat the challenge if they knew about that mushroom.
Which is all the more reason why you want to spread more awareness about that mushroom.
Eon-san, some of the contestants are looking for you. Something about being ready to train?
They want to exercise. After all that food? Sorry, everyone. I should intervene.
Yeah, go tell them to take it easy.
Just make sure you're full to bursting and then do jumping jacks. Make sure that food comes straight back out.
How did everyone do, Uncle Atoli?
Almost half finished the regular challenge. I believe that's a record. Either the contestants are getting more experienced, or my cooking was extra good this time.
How about a mix of both?
Everything was delicious, especially when it first came out all hot and steaming.
Thank you. When cooked at high heat, that mushroom has a special fragrance that really brings out the flavor of the other ingredients. Oh, and since you're new here, I should mention something else about that mushroom.
Oh?
It's an excellent addition to any dish, but there are actually two varieties. Red, which is the most common, and green.
What about the green ones? What are they like? What's the difference other than
There's
the
not
color,
much to note
obviously?
about the red ones. Sell them, eat them, do whatever you want. But if you see a green one, it must be picked and eaten right away.
Why?
Why's that?
That's just what a scholar from Sumeru said when the orchard first opened. No one knows the reason. We just do as we're told.
That's kind of stupid. Doing as you're told without any
Whenever a green
explanation
mushroom
as for
pops up in
why.
the orchard, I pick it and eat it. The flavor is identical to
But
the red
wouldn't
ones.
it be good to have some kind of explanation for it?
Okay, because that's not weirdly specific at all.
Yeah. Don't you want to know the reason behind it?
Well, of course. Who wouldn't be intrigued by something like that? But curiosity isn't always a good thing, right?
But why would it hurt?
Oh, by the way, Veressa, I'm almost out of red mushrooms. Could you run to the orchard and grab some more for me?
Of course, Uncle Atoli. I'm on it. Want to come with you too?
I guess we're
What
coming
do you
with.
think, Traveler? Paimon wouldn't mind working off some of that food.
I'm intrigued about this mushroom.
Paimon will take that as a yes. All right, let's go. Thanks for the food, Atoli.
Haha, my pleasure. But try to finish it all next time.
This would feel like a good stopping point, but I feel like that's still a little bit too early. So I think we'll go through the next dialogue segment. And then that's probably good. Right, right. Mushroom. Alright.
After that meal, I'm ready to tackle anything. Oh, something on your mind? Is it what Uncle Atoli said about the green mushrooms? Don't worry. He can be a bit dramatic
I'd
sometimes.
still want to know.
The green mushrooms don't appear that often. Besides, I check the orchard every day, and if I see one, I eat it.
But there
If
must be a
anything,
reason why
I
it
wish there
should
were
be eaten
more
right
around
away.
here. means more free mushrooms for me.
Wait, is that one right there? Huh. Talk about a coincidence.
Not just one, there's 3 of them even. So it really is green.
See? There's nothing special about it except the color. Give me 1 sec. I'll start a fire and grill it right up.
Paimon's gonna pass on this one. She's way too stuffed from earlier.
I wonder why the scholar said what he said.
You mean why we have to pick and eat the green mushrooms right away?
Yes! Do they just spread incredibly fast and it gets out of
I'm
control
curious
if you
too.
don't get rid of them immediately?
The scholar looked really serious when he said it, but he never explained the reason behind it.
But there has to be some reason.
Uncle Atoli has a point, though. Curiosity can be a bad thing. If we stop doing what the scholar said, something terrible could happen.
You could look into it at least. That's what an adventurer would do.
Yeah,
I feel like asking for a
my
reason.
tribe is more important. I love everything about this place. Maintaining
It
the
still
status
wouldn't hurt
quo
to
is
ask
good
for a
enough
reason.
me.
Tell me the name of that researcher. I'll track
I
that
know the
person
truth is
down right
important too,
now.
but I don't have the right to make a decision that could put the people around me in danger. In other words, deep down, I guess I'm just scared. Scared that change could mean losing control.
Strong enough to uncover the truth, you're strong enough to command the truth.
Command the truth?
Let us help you shoulder the burden.
Yeah, we don't have to stop following the scholar's orders. We can start by gathering information.
I think what you don't know can still hurt you.
You have a point.
I guess that's gonna be our mission for next time, then.
You remind me of another hero from our tribe. Her name was Fiatena. Just like you, she was full of courage and never stopped challenging and exploring the unknown. She's my idol. Actually, could you give me a moment? All I need is 3 seconds.
For what?
Lady Fiatena, lend me your courage.
3 seconds for what?
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
You're right. I can't keep running from the truth.
Okay, just
want
had to mentally
command
prepare
it,
yourself, I
just
guess.
like you said. So, where should we start with the investigation? You probably have a bunch of experience.
I think I should taste it first.
Oh, the green mushroom, you mean? The taste is the same as the red ones. There's nothing special there.
Well, the traveler is a lot more receptive than most people. He should at least give it a try.
Same for you, Paimon, since your taste buds are apparently so impressive.
Oh, I see. Well then, I'll grill some up right away.
Toast the mushrooms, everyone digs in, just like Marissa said, the taste is the same.
So, notice anything, traveler?
Nope, no difference in taste.
Just like Marissa said. Guess it was the same for all of us.
Finally, a worthy devotee after all this time. Fascinating.
Okay then.
Who said that?
No need for alarm. There is only one among you who piqued my interest, and that is the one with golden hair. Seeing
okay.
as you all appear to be acquainted, I allowed the rest of you to hear my voice as well.
Were there hallucinogenics in those mushrooms?
I shall grant you all the honor of becoming my first subjects in this era.
Cut to the chase.
Now, you were the ones who wanted to learn more about my origins. I merely granted your wish.
Origins? Wait.
So there's there
the
are
green mushroom?
hallucinogenics in them.
So you do know how to use your brain, young one. You'll excuse me if I have no interest in you, craven and dull-witted as you usually seem.
Damn. Ouch.
Hey, watch it, buddy.
Let me remind you, it was your own curiosity that started all of this. I see no reason for me to stand down. I only granted you this audience because I saw potential in you. I am am the Sage Lord of Fungi. Serving
Okay,
me is a
then.
great honor, as well as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Serving you for what, how, why?
Sage Lord? Good one. Did you come up with that yourself?
You mock my name? Oh, all you do is make a mockery of your own taste. Of course, the Sage Lord of Fungi is too dignified for petty arguments with lesser organisms.
Damn, Paimon.
Sure
Get
doesn't
called
sound
out.
like it.
Nope.
That's enough out of you. What's wrong with you humans? You should be full of reverence at this point. In that case, I don't know what went wrong, but you lack the trust and worship to be my subjects. So we shall have to table that for the time being. However, I am willing to share my sagely knowledge with you. I have all the answers you seek.
Well then, go ahead and tell me.
As with all seekers of said knowledge, all you have to do is prove your sincerity, and we shall see if you're worthy.
And how do I prove that? Do I have to do some kind of challenge?
More green mushrooms right in front of us.
I guess they do be popping up more than
These
usual.
clones are my most loyal subjects, as well as the keepers of my secrets. If you want answers, then gather your wits and search for clues. I shall await your summons. It might be advisable to brush up on your devotion in the meantime.
Well, this certainly will be an interesting experience next time around.
The voice is gone. Finally, Paimon had enough of that racket. Talking in our heads without permission, spewing a bunch of nonsense. Even a How is better than him.
I still think a How is worse.
So, do you think what he said was true? About being the Sage Lord of Fungi and all that?
We'll find those
Maybe,
answers in
but
due time.
Most of it sounded like hot air to Paimon.
We may not know who he is, but we know he exists.
True. That conversation in our heads definitely was real.
And it proves these mushrooms aren't regular mushrooms at all. Something fishy is going on.
Which means we made the right call to investigate.
I guess this is the beginning of our hero's journey then. So let's make like heroes and get to the bottom of this. So we can command the truth and this mushroom.
Next time in Genshin Impact.
Okay. That sounded a lot cooler in my head.
Well, we have one thing going for us. We've faced mushrooms before, and they're pretty pathetic as far as enemies go.
True enough.
Such insolence!
And the voice is back, oh no.
Did you hear that? Sounds like someone's mad.
You're spying on us?
Apparently.
No response. Guess he's not gonna admit it.
Well, he said his subjects hold the clues to his secrets. Who knows if he was telling the truth? But we can't just ignore the green mushrooms, so let's start investigating.
We shall do that. Oh.
Okay, so this one is red.
And they just turn green. No, never mind.
So this is one of his subjects?
Also,
Well,
hi,
it's kinda
Eric.
cute.
Doing quite well. I'm doing quite well. How about you?
Compliment? Much appreciate.
Oh no, they talk now. We're talking to mushrooms again. Mushroom hallucinogenics.
Eat. Must resist.
Careful, Veressa. This is a kind of monster from Sumeru. Even though it looks cute, it can still attack you.
A monster? Aw, that's too bad. I was hoping we could be friends.
Alright. Guess you'll gather your wits and search for clues. Well, surely violence is a form of wit, exactly. I was expecting a talking mushroom.
Mercy, mercy. Food is sacred.
There's so many
Everything
things
else,
you would never
waste.
expect.
That all I know. promise.
It turned back into a normal mushroom. What's going on?
I guess it told us everything it knows?
You mean that food is sacred?
Well, that's a whole bunch of nothing. Let's go look somewhere else.
Kind of sad, Eric, that you came in right now because I was about to wrap this up. I literally just said that I would wrap up the stream after the next dialogue segment. I guess I ran into one more though.
And it turned into a fungus! Nice try, but you're not scaring Paimon with that one twice.
We'll go through this dialogue segment
Let's go on
still.
the initiative. Hey, you! What's the whole food is sacred thing about?
But yeah, I
As
just
Sage
finished
Lord stated,
I just
you
explored a
must
little bit of the new
demonstrate your
area.
wits to receive
Did
the
most of the
answers you
event,
seek.
stuff like
That
that.
means I should be
Hate
the
the
one
first
asking
time,
questions,
I guess.
not you.
Okay, so it turns out this one can talk. Fine. What do we have to do? Solve a riddle or something?
Riddle? Oh, I'm not good at that. Could you,
It's the last part of the stream?
easy one?
Huh.
That sounds like a problem for
Nice.
your friends. Besides, did I say this was up for negotiation?
I'm not a fan of riddles either. No, I'm pretty much a riddle master. Let's go.
Enough chatter. Time for my question.
Alright, give me a
Why are
question.
all the mushrooms in this orchard willing to become the subjects of the Sage Lord?
Man, how are we supposed
Join the new
to
location?
know?
It's pretty interesting.
You're his
I think it's
clones, right?
finally... I think it's nice that we
remember him
finally got a
saying something like
volcano.
that.
Again,
Alas,
considering that
no
Natlan is the
wits
nation
in
of
sight.
Pyro,
The answer
everyone
could
collectively
never be that
expected that the entire nation would be full of volcanoes and volcanic activity. And there was nothing. And now we finally have a volcano. Took long enough considering it's a nation of Pyro. Because he's a fun guy.
What? How did you get that so fast?
Oh, it's that kind of riddle.
Sumeru mushrooms! Of course! Paimon can't believe she didn't think of this possibility.
Wait, does that mean everyone in Sumeru is into puns? Huh. Is it
Well, there
because the people
certainly
are
is
so
someone who
clever?
really is into puns.
No, we just,
Yeah,
have a lot of experience with these kinds of jokes.
there's a certain someone.
Well, since you
A
have
certain
proven
General
your wits,
Mahamatra.
I will now answer your
Yep,
question.
Sino indeed.
The act of eating is not only a physical necessity, but also a sacred ritual.
Alright.
Mushrooms like us are the Sage Lord's intermediaries. Incinerating our flesh forges a spiritual connection between you and the Sage Lord himself.
Oh, so that's why he could speak to us in our heads.
Are we sure it wasn't just
If we want
hallucinogenics?
to talk to him again, all we have to do is eat more mushrooms?
Eating mushrooms to talk to a strange voice in our head, that definitely does sound like we're being drugged.
And all we have is another cryptic message.
Well, if eating is a sacred ritual, maybe we need to perform some kind of ceremony with special tools or something.
Oh, good thinking for us, huh? Let's try and ask the other mushrooms.
Yes, we will ask the other mushrooms.
Oh, but we should probably pick this
Next
one
time.
first since it's a green mushroom.
Oh yeah, and I guess I'll pick that. Alright, walk away from the mushroom so I don't accidentally run into it. Actually teleport away. Active volcano. Teleport away, far away, far away. Actually, let's teleport all the way back over to... back to Mondstadt as I wrap things up. Alright, so next time we stream Genshin, here's what we'll do. I'll do the next Genshin stream sometime next week. As for when exactly, again, I'll update the Twitch schedule as soon as I know, and I'll drop an announcement about it once I've updated it on the Discord. Basically, what we'll be doing is we will continue this Tribal Chronicle quest and finish it. And not only will we finish the Tribal Chronicle, we will also finish this event, which, again, the third act is not yet unlocked. Sadly, I was a day too soon. Had I played this tomorrow, then I could have done this entire thing. The only reason we even started the Tribal Chronicles today was because, well, we were done with Acts 1 and 2 and still had an hour left. So I was like, okay, damn. Since I can't do Act 3, I guess we'll just do the Tribal Chronicles instead. And then next time we'll finish this off and do the rest of the Tribal Chronicles, which should be a nice little wrap-up to everything. I think that seems good enough. Alrighty then. Now with that out of the way, I think it's about time. Again, sorry to Eric who just came in. Guess that's just how the timing works out sometimes. Now I don't know if it's a time zone thing or just how your schedule works out, but yeah, I get it, I get it. Now, it becomes a question of who Thanks, Steph. It becomes a question of who exactly we're gonna raid. Now, I'm not sure if I want to raid another Genshin streamer, because there might be people who are playing the rest of the Tribal Chronicle that I haven't seen yet. I don't want to end up spoiling myself. So I think we'll be raiding someone else instead. And that someone else is gonna be... What is Rain up to? Guess we could raid Rain again, who's playing Midnight Train. Don't know too much about this game, but Rain is a very nice individual. So we'll go there for her. Got my free rewards, don't even play the game. Nice, very nice. Ooh, speaking of free rewards, I wonder if Tribe 9 is gonna do something like that. I hope Tribe 9 is gonna do something like that. Tribe 9 better do some free rewards for streams and stuff and things. That would be so good. The superior gacha game that I will also do a stream for at some point soon. Hopefully also next week. Hopefully next week you'll get both Genshin and Tribe 9. If not, then Tribe 9 is the week after next. But I really need to get to Tribe 9 because there's still the event story that I have to wrap up in there. And I got a few new side quests unlocked since last time I played. So yeah, look forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to that more than to Genshin at this point. But it be that way. But I am happy with Genshin in one way today, and that is that, you know, we finally had another... Like, not a single character today was without a voice actor. 3 hours of Genshin content without any missing voice actors in it. Can you believe it? How long has it been? Half a year. Half a year since we had an experience like this. So yeah, happy to see that they're slowly, they're filling up the voices again. But yeah, that's it from my end for today. I hope to see you around. Maybe I'll see some of you around on Friday, where I'll be playing some more FNF. I'm not sure if I'll play the new Pit Stop update, or if I'll hold off on that for the time being. Actually, I definitely won't be doing that, because I've got other stuff. One of my favorite parts, getting to hear the voices, hooray. Yes, it's so good to finally have them back. It's been so long. But yeah, we have some more stuff to do this this Friday other than the Pit Stop update, so we probably won't be playing that. Anyway, looking forward to that. Looking forward to the Saturday stream of Persona, and we'll see what happens with Genshin next time around. Anyway, see you around, everyone. Share some love with Rain. Until then, have a good one and goodbye. And of course, if you're watching this after it's been uploaded as a VOD to YouTube, your support has also been greatly appreciated. And you know what? If you want to catch me live in the future, all you have to do for that is to check the description down below. There'll be a link to my Twitch where I stream every single Friday and Saturday, and sometimes other days of the week too, though that is a little bit more irregular. In any event, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you around. Until then, have a good one and goodbye!